Ball is placed on the X at the 40-yard line. Back deep here for Alhambra. Number 1, Julian Alakpovi. And it's Alakpovi to field it at the 15 to the 20. Changes direction at the 23, takes it out across the 25-yard line, and that's where he'll be stopped there. Defensively on special teams for Moon Valley, Darian Butler, middle linebacker, up to make the play. And I'm just talking to hear my head rattle, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. I'm feeling low now.
I'm feeling low too. That's good right there. I like that a lot.
Good volume there.
That's good volume. I just.
Now you can hear the buzz. The buzz has picked up. A very pleasant good evening to you from Putman Field on the campus of Moon Valley High School. It's Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network. An absolute pleasure to be with you here this evening alongside my broadcast partner, Cody Cameron. And it is the Alhambra Lions and the Moon Valley Rockets on the main stage here. It was Alakpovi on the return, and he took it to the 26-yard line, and that's their first play from scrimmage. Under center at quarterback for Alhambra, they're going to start the freshman of the night. That is Masand Alakpovi. Alakpovi, 6'1", 195, and he's another young quarterback that has a tremendous amount of upside, but he's just learning this football game. Very, very young in his position.
Yeah, all three of them. Alakpovis. We got the freshman quarterback, wide receiver, free safety, junior Alakpovi, and then the senior athlete in Ja. All of them. We're going to be calling that last name a million times tonight because they're really, the bread and butter of the offense, but also the best players on the defensive side of the ball for Alhambra.
Alhambra led by their head coach, Craig Rivera Jr., and for Moon Valley, they are led by Santiago Maldonado. And the Moon Valley defense in the backfield on that snap. For Alhambra, it was Samuel Flores. He's their starting tailback, 5'10", 185. And for the Lions, they need to get some drive off that offensive line. Their coaches said one of the things that we'd like to do is be able to run the football, run it efficiently, and keep Moon Valley's offense off the field.
Yeah, it's a key to success there for Alhambra, who just offensively hasn't got anything going this season. Pretty much, Kevin. That was a nice tackle. Also on the other side for Moon Valley, the Rockets, senior middle linebacker Carmelo Go shooting a gap and tackle for loss, second play of the game.
Go is a tremendous player, and he'll play alongside all-conference standout Gary Chandler. Gary Chandler wears 56 for the Moon Valley Rockets. This will be a 3rd down and 11. A high snap for Alhambra, and back to get it is Alakpovi being chased. He'll get rid of the football to the far sideline, and nothing doing there. Credit the hurry by Tavon Ozine for the Rockets. And Alhambra on their first offensive series look to be in a punting situation here in their first 4 plays.
Yeah, it's a Rockets defense that found momentum last week in their first win over Lee Williams, holding Lee Williams to only 18 points in that game. And a couple names you already mentioned with Darian Butler and a couple of these other guys. But Christian Vasquez, when you talk about keys and players of the game to watch, Christian Vasquez, the senior safety, 51 total tackles heading into this ball game. He's going to line up in the box, and he's going to be a threat to make a play every single play on the defensive side of the ball.
He is a thumper in every sense of the word. We speak of Christian Vasquez, 5'7", 145, penalty marker assessed to Alhambra, and they're going to go back the other way here. With this pause of the action, it will allow us to introduce to you the AIA officiating crew, and the director and the commissioner of officials, Brian Gessler, is in attendance here tonight. The referee is Daniel Lopez. Our umpire is Scott McMurdo. The back judge is Joshua Weiner. The line judge is Peter Gaworski, and our head linesman tonight is Michael Ramirez. Punting situation, and for Alhambra, they can't get this one out of the end zone. It's going to be a safety. And closest to the football for the Rockets, Andres Rodriguez. And that's how the opening series ends for Alhambra. It resulted in 2 points for the Rockets, and that's how the score begins here tonight. It's 2-0.
How about the light show? Light show right there, and just coming off the edge is Andres Rodriguez. And you know, Kevin, if he wasn't going to block it, about 3 other Rockets players, hands up, untouched from punt team for the Lions, and a brigade to try to jump on the football for a touchdown. Moon Valley on the board, 2-0. How about the light show? That, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I thought the lights were malfunctioning at first. I was not prepared for that. That's pretty cool, though, that they do that for scoring. We might see a lot of that here at the light show. And I'm going to call this the West Valley, west of the 17. We're in the West Valley, light show in the West Valley.
We are in the 6-2-3, as they say. It's 2-0 Rockets on a botched punt out of the back of the end zone for Alhambra. And that's one thing that we talked about very early, is just that Coach Rivera is going to need some protection up front. He needs his offensive linemen to play their best game here on this Thursday evening.
Yeah, like I said, just offensively, they have had nothing going this year for him, Kevin. And so, short week here. They had their first points on the board last week against Seton Catholic. They look to capitalize that here. And Alec Povey show, they want to set up the run. It's going to be interesting to see how many times and what formations they do. I'm trying to talk over the PA here. It's going to be the PA speakers are never going to win that battle.
All right, so Alec Povey is set to kick. The ball is placed in the middle of the hash marks at the 20-yard line. Alec Povey drives one and back deep on the return. Here come the Rockets. This is Jason Lee. Jason Lee breaks the initial hit, and then he gets rocked right around the 46-yard line. Nice pursuit to the football by the Alhambra Lions. One of the guys there on the chase. Wouldn't you know it, I see a 16 over there, Cody, and I can't identify 16.
Yeah, I got two different rosters here for Max. One from Max Preps, one from the coaching staff at Alhambra, and neither have the number 16. So that's just
we'll assume that he was called up earlier in the day from the junior varsity. It's to our understanding that Alhambra does not field a freshman or a JV football team. So what they have is on display here tonight. Just about a 10-mile ride from Phoenix, Western Phoenix. All right, it's the running game here for Moon Valley. And running the rock, first carry of the game is Iomida Agundape. Agundape, 5'8", 185. He's a senior, and the team calls him AY.
Hey, great play by a freshman defensive lineman for Alhambra there, Marquet McCowan. They kind of went dummy motion and brought Agundape on the right side with backside pulls, and the freshman McCowan making a great play for Alhambra, number 56. I'm guessing he's 56. Like I said, these two rosters got two different names for two different numbers, Kevin.
It is a little bit peculiar, but it was a 1-yard gain for the tailback, Agundape. This is a reverse on the jet action, running with the football for Moon Valley. First carry of the night. That is Sultan Dia. Dia spelled D-H-I-A-A, Sultan Dia. In fact, for Dia, he's a kick returner, wide out, also play a little tailback, and he's also a defensive back. And we'll see a lot of these players tonight, Cody, going both ways.
All of them are playing both ways, as you see it. A good shot by our field crew there on the fake reverse. Could have been a double end around in. And I'm excited for you, partner, tonight, because there's some last names on here with no pronunciation keys. It's going to put you to the test.
There's a couple challenging ones, no doubt about it. Here's AY, Agundape, straight ahead, and Agundape is going to have first down yardage for Moon Valley. First possession of the night, and we want to get you the starting quarterback for Moon Valley. QB1 is a 5'7", 180-pound freshman. That is Jazz Zuri. Javondre is his name, and they call him Jazz. And for Moon Valley, they've got a player down here.
Yeah, it's Agundape, and this is
tough.
A brutal loss because he really found his legs last week. 3 touchdowns on the year, and they all came in last week in the big win over Lee Williams, where he rushed for over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns in that 34-18 victory. Coming out, just doing the pre-production work for this game. This was the player I was really excited to see. It looked like he got bent underneath a pile of 2 would-be tacklers there, ankle or knee rolled up on, and hopefully he's going to be all right.
And let's be honest, for Coach Santiago Maldonado, now in his 5th year here at Moon Valley, this was going to be the breakout game for AY right here, and perhaps they're kind of working on his lower extremity, obviously doing all the obvious checks, but the fact that he has some flexibility here is a good sign, and perhaps maybe we could speculate maybe he cramped up or just took a shot, but he looks like easy for us to say, but it looks like he's might be able to come back in this game.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it's a good sign here walking off. I think he just got rolled up on, and he'll get some water and hopefully gets back in here.
For a guy that paid 36 totes, 182 yards on the season, and as Cody pointed out, 150 of those came last week in the 34-18 win over Lee Williams. That is the first win of the year for Coach Santiago Maldonado's team. You know, in fact, even the coaches have long names. Santiago Maldonado, one-time coach at Independence for 8 years. This is Maldonado's 12th year now in the coaching circuit here in the AIA. Moon Valley wearing their patented red pants with their dark black jerseys with their white numerals and their white helmets. They are typically in that blue, white, and red. Not necessarily red, white, and blue, but blue, white, and red. They got a first down at the Alhambra 31-yard line. Snap is back. Handoff straight ahead with some room. Nice run there by the Rockets. Colton Carlson and the 5'8" senior with a big hole up the middle. Just picked up 11 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, listed at 145, running like he's 200 pounds here. When the replay 1-2 cut, look at that, finishing his run and leaning forward. Good shot there at the end by the safety for Alhambra. Looks like number 7, and Kevin, believe it or not, we do not have a 7
that is
on that roster.
Unbelievable that we don't have a number 7. There are a lot of guys that are on the roster for Alhambra, but they are just without
Unlisted.
numbers. They're without numbers, so it's going to be tough. Alhambra wearing their traditional road green pants with their white jerseys and their green helmets. A little misdirection running with the football. Here's the quarterback, and this is Jazz. And there's the penalty marker coming from the referee way back around the 30-yard line. But for Moon Valley quarterback, Jazz Zuri, showing you his nimble feet and showing you the burst of speed that he possesses.
Yeah, we're going to have freshman versus freshman here tonight. And Zuri really is a true dual threat. 78 yards rushing coming to this one. And on there, just a nice quarterback counter. They're going to get a hold on the receiver on a stock block downfield. But I love the patience for him and the speed. I see both of these freshmen early on, the athleticism they have, and what a luxury it has where you have quarterbacks who potentially could start 40 games for you in their high school career, and we get to spotlight both of those freshmen out here tonight.
Offensively up front, the right tackle for Moon Valley is Zarek Chandler. The right guard is Colin Lucas. The center is Isaiah Viescas, 6'2", 240. The left guard is Jordan Sepulveda. He's an honorable mention player, 6'2", 240 pounds. And then the left tackle is Jose Leon Lopez, 5'10", 260. On the rollout, Jazz to the end zone, and that ball is a little shy of that. Running the route was Damian Johnson, and that route was broken off. Looked like initially he might have wanted to take a shot towards the end zone, but that route was broken off around the 10-yard line, and Johnson was the intended target. Just a little bit misfire there by Jazz.
Yeah, try to go backside deep post, and I'm going to let you take this one here, Kevin. Number 24 for Alhambra. I'm going to let you pronounce that last name so I don't butcher.
Yes, that is Matt Bikambi.
Very nice.
Bikambi.
Very nice. Well, it's a good play by Mr. McCamby, junior defensive back, just playing a backside hip and playing through the hands and setting up a second and long situation for the Rockets.
I'd like to tell you that was McCamby's 8th tackle of the year. No stats defensively. Back to throw. Here comes Zuri. Dump it off on a screen to the far sideline with speed and running with the football once again. It was Colton Carlson completing that pass from Jazz Zuri. And when you look at the numbers for Jazz, he hasn't been very efficient with the football, only completing 23% of his passes. But that pitch and catch right there is an easy play and should give the young man some confidence.
Yeah, as freshman, playing as a freshman on varsity, your first 2 games going up against Thunderbird, a top 3 team in the entire 4A conference. And then Bradshaw Mountain, it's just a tough team to always play. Coach Bob Young, who's coaching the state of Arizona for 155 years.
Hard-nosed coach.
You know, he's very hard-nosed coach. So I love what they're doing, just nice, easy pitch and catch. That was just a slip screen there. Get your quarterback some confidence into this one.
Moon Valley with the football. First drive of the game. Back to Agundape. He's back in this game. And Agundape still on his feet to the 5. And they're going to mark him shy of, well, let's call it a little bit further back here. Well, we'll just wait till they put the football down, Cody. But it's nice to see Agundape back in this football game, and he runs with some power.
Yeah, how about the body control, too? It looked like he got down about 5 yards back from the last place he got wrapped up and stayed on his feet, hand down on the ground, continuing to pump his legs. It's a nice, really nice run by the senior tailback.
Alhambra will run their 5-3 defense. You'll also see some bits of the 4-2-5. And here breaking the huddle, the deep back here is Agundape. Out of the pistol. Give the ball to Agundape. He gets to the 3 and he gets dropped right there. Nice open field tackle by the Lions. That was Dominic Brossell, the strong safety, 5'10", 165, coming down there in run support, doing a very nice job to wrap up the very physical running gun to pay.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen and sophomores starting both ways for Alhambra. And right there, that is Brossell coming into the second level, wrapping up, did a great job of wrapping up and bringing down a running back who's 190 pounds coming downhill. It's a nice play by the sophomore.
Alhambra comes into this game having lost last week to Seton Catholic. They lost 31-6. In that game, Alec Povey threw 3 interceptions at the quarterback position. All right. And this is going to be a direct snap to look like one of the linebackers. This is Jordan Sepulveda. So the left guard at 6'2", also checks in at defensive end, lines up as the up back in a pistol formation, and he got the direct snap, Cody, and tried to barrel his way into the end zone, got stopped at the 1.
Yeah, we're going to call that the big beef package, which they're going back in here for the second play in a row.
The heavies to Sepulveda, trying to work his way to the right side, working his way towards the goal line. Ball might have come out. Let's see where the football is. Sepulveda, again, just trying to fight his way to break the point of the goal line, and the referee puts him up. That's going to be a touchdown for the Moon Valley Rockets. And scoring the touchdown is Jordan Sepulveda. So for Sepulveda, that is his first and second carries of the year, and on the second carry of the season, he breaks the plane of the goal line and picks up 6 points.
That's a feel-good moment for the senior offensive lineman. The two-way start, as you can see, jumping on the pile, reaching over the top. Actually, Kevin, that is a complete fumble. We had a great shot of that in the back of the end zone, and it's Zuri who jumped on it. Sepulveda did fumble that football, rolls it into the end zone, and the freshman quarterback, Zuri, heads-up play, jumps on the ball for a touchdown for the Rockets.
And the one-point conversion try for the Rockets, Isaiah Gustafson, is wide right. So with 4:50 to go in this opening quarter from punt midfield of the campus of Moon Valley, the Rockets strike first. And for Moon Valley, they get a touchdown on a recovered fumble by Jazz Zuri. So I'm writing down the recovery or the touchdown to Sepulveda, and indeed we're going to give the touchdown to Javonde Zuri. In fact, for fun, just for those fantasy football players out there, would your quarterback get credit for that recovery of the touchdown in your league?
He would, and he gets 6 points for the rushing touchdown. And honestly, from our angle point here in the stands, it looks like Sepulveda was on top of the pile and leaned over for a touchdown, and that ball came out late. Great shot in the back of the end zone right there, an angle we do not have up here. That ball was clearly out. Heads-up play from the freshman quarterback.
So it's 6-0 Rockets have the lead. Isaiah Gustafson is on to kick, and he'll send a low-line drive. And on the return, here comes the Lions. And unfortunately for Alhambra, with a great return to the opposite side, we've got no name for this young man. A burner takes it nearly to midfield.
By number 16, Jaden Good.
And for Alhambra on special teams, great hustle there by Jaden Good, the inside linebacker, but this time on special teams, getting it done on the chase for the return man. Might have stopped the touchdown on that particular play.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a couple holdings here, too, that are going to bring this back. On my updated roster from their, I think, offensive coordinator in the booth, number 11, Damian Terrell Nix.
Okay.
Number 11, Alhambra, Damian Terrell Nix, 5'10", 185 junior. Receiver, linebacker, defensive back, plays, I guess, all over the field. That was about a 40-yard return, and it comes back to the 40. So nice return, but
there he is. We have him.
Yep.
We
Money.
just didn't have him.
Well, you know, he's on the roster, just not listed as a number. So
6-0 Rockets. Alhambra's second possession of the night, working left to right. They get the ball at the 40-yard line. And under center for Alhambra is Hassan Alec Povey, the true freshman. In motion to the far side is Xavier Flores. Alec Povey, deep ball, jump ball, and that ball is nearly intercepted. Alec Povey threw into double coverage. He wanted Julian Alec Povey, and unfortunately, that ball was just a little misdirection there, just misfired.
Yeah, quarters defense in the secondary, and you have 50-50 balls, and that was more of about a 10-90. You're doing it right to the deep safety, and a quarters on sitting on the hash. And I guess a nice defensive job by Julian Alec Povey, kind of batting that down so it was not a pick.
With the coverage for Moon Valley, One of the men over there was Jason Lee. And the ball was thrown on the inside part of the field, so it was a tough spot for Alec Povey to try to make a play on. 2nd and 10 for the 40. Rockets showing blitz. Long count for Masson, Alec Povey. And they hand it off on the jet sweep. Penalty marker down, turning the corner is Julian. And Julian loses the football. Ball's out, and that ball is recovered by the Rockets. That is Jason Lee pouncing on the football. Let's see if it holds up. There was a penalty marker thrown down in motion, and slow to get up is Julian Alec Povey.
Yeah, it should be 2 guys in motion at the same time, illegal shift. Yeah, false start there, and so that play's going to stand. A great job by Jason Lee jumping on here. Going to get a shot of it here. That's a bam, nice stick and a punch out at the very end by a linebacker coming in. And Jason Lee, the senior defensive back, jumps on the ball. Could not ask for a better start for the Rockets here.
That is an excellent defensive play, a takeaway for Moon Valley, and for the Rockets, that's their 3rd takeaway of the season. 1 and 2. For Moon Valley, they went 5 and 5 in the campaign year of 2023, and they won the region for the first time in many, many years.
Our volunteers, football coach.
All right, so after the change of possession, Rockets get the football back with Javante Ziri, and they let their quarterback call his own number, and he's going to pick up 9 yards. For Alhambra, Dominic Brossell right there to make the tackle, his 2nd tackle of this football game, but you got to appreciate the really nice footwork there by Jas Zuri, picking up that nice gain of 9 yards.
He's got some good wiggle. You know, I'm kind of impressed with his speed and also his toughness. I mean, you know, not looking to slide, not looking to go around. He would try to go right through 2 would-be tacklers to maximize his yard gainage there. That's a nice run by Zuri.
3:45 to go, opening quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance. 3-wide receiver package here for Jas Zuri. He's going to throw a deep ball. He has a receiver there, and that ball is incomplete. Boy, running under the football was Sultan Dia. And, boy, that was a wide-open receiver, and perhaps the quarterback, Zuri, just a little pumped up, seeing his guy streaking all by himself, had about 5 steps on the nearest defender.
Yeah, corner route coming from the field side. He's going to replay of it here. Dolly's just in the slot. It's a rollout to the right. Sets his feet, doesn't set his feet, but throws a pretty, I mean, just a little bit more inside, but it actually throws it to the hash. I like the throw from Zuri, just a little bit too deep, but I love the deep shot there, especially on 2nd and 1.
That looked like a very, very catchable football.
Yep.
Incomplete pass. Now it is 3rd down and short here. Penalty marker. The headline's been over there to indicate encroachment on Alhambra. So with the encroachment penalty, didn't quite pick up if Jas Zuri used the hard count there, but if he did, that's just good football.
Yeah, and that's just kind of been the Lions' MO defensively all season, right? Just the mental errors and the mental mistakes. And as we can see, they have so many kids playing both ways. I think on their roster, if I'm looking across the field there, Kevin, there's probably only about 25 kids suited up and the entire team for Alhambra. But mental errors just crush you on 3rd downs.
1st and 10 for the 41-yard line. They set up a wide receiver screen, making the first man miss and finding some speed. And there goes the Moon Valley Rockets. This is Sultan Dia, and Dia is going to cut across the field and score from 41 yards away. Penalty marker back down at the 43-yard line. I'm not sure this one's going to hold up.
Yeah, I think that front side wide receiver going to get a block in the back. And that's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to be block in the back. Great play, though, in terms of Dia just cutting against the grain. And he actually got a block there by the official standing in the middle of the field. But just right off the bat, a block in the back is going to take this one back.
You got to like the scheme of the play and then the nice vision of the runner. In this case, it was Dia, Sultan Dia. And for Dia, that catch, which would have been his 6th of the year, is going to be negated by that penalty. So take off the touchdown. For Zuri, he has 1 touchdown pass on the year, only 2 picks. So both young quarterbacks have shown you early here that they have the propensity to throw some interceptions. But that's part of the youth that we'd expect to see.
Big time. I still like what Moon Valley's do offensively, scheming, just making it easy on Zuri. Nice pitch and catches.
Second down at 20 from the 49-yard line. This is a run play. Agundape, that's second level. Agundape to the outside, the 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to score a touchdown. That is a 51-yard run for A.Y. Agundape, and the Rockets are on the scoreboard for the second time. They're in the box for the first time with that touchdown run.
That's 4 touchdowns in the last 4 quarters for the senior tailback. They're just exploding through the second level, going north to south. Doesn't stop his feet at all, Kevin. Couple would-be tacklers.
Oh, wow, they're going to mark him out at the 4, Cody.
Oh, boy, that's tough.
So we didn't catch that on the sideline, but they're going to mark him out at the 4-yard line. So it'll be first and goal to go. So it's a 47-yard run for Agundape. And he's looking the part here this evening. For Agundape, has a 62-yarder to his credit.
It's a good call by the ref. He did step out before that.
Out of the pistol, Siri hands it off to Agundape, and knifing through the line of scrimmage to cut the runner down was Ja Alakpovi. Alakpovi with a big-time tackle.
For the Rockets.
For Alakpovi, he had 17 tackles coming into play tonight. And I mentioned that Moon Valley had won the region championship a year ago. First time in 20 years. So that was a remarkable accomplishment for Coach Maldonado and his staff. And they've turned the reins over to this freshman quarterback in Javondre Ziri. So Jazz has his team with a second and goal. Ball is at the, we'll call it the 3. They bring in the heavies again. This time, Jazz will be the quarterback. They give it to Agundape straight ahead. Tries to leap over the defense, and he's going to be stopped short at the 1.5-yard line. And I don't think you're able to leap over players.
You can't hurdle over players. I think when it's going into the end zone, you're good.
And if you're
I think it's jumping.
And if you're going to avoid contact, perhaps, you might be able to use that leap, if you will.
Yes. I like the defense for Alhambra right now, playing pretty stout the last 2 downs. It's a good shot. Nice play, man. That's a heck of a tackle by number 6. I think that is going to be the freshman quarterback for the Lions.
Masson.
It's a great play.
I know it's expected. You're watching high school football here on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network. I'm going to tell you right now, for me to Cody Cameron, the cinematography out here
is beautiful.
Is phenomenal. It really is. Just a credit to our staff. Again, it's expected. It's what they do. But every now and then, you'll see something that just makes you go, wow, this is a 4A football game? It really is.
Well, we have one of the best in the back of the end zone right there. You know, we have one of the best.
We got Joey. Mascaro is back with us, getting his work in with Joe Tessitore doing some boxing and some other media events on ESPN. And that's the kind of crew we have.
I thought he was getting too popular for us, too famous. You know, I was going to ask for his interview when he came in, but heck of a shot. He does such a great job. So does our entire crew. They're going to mark this down at the 2 there. Yeah, we're getting some nice wind gusts here, Kevin. And you catch it? Look at that.
We got it. Just for a moment. Moon Valley, 20 postseason appearances. They missed the playoffs the last 7 straight seasons. This is Jazz, and before he can do anything with the football, we have an illegal procedure on the Rockets' offensive line. But that's too bad because we're going to get a chance to see Javondre Ziri on a naked boot. He would have probably walked into the end zone on that particular play.
Not a single person on that field side there. He would have walked in and then some. Probably could have stayed out there for a little bit. I'm impressed with Ziri. I like his athleticism, and he actually throws a decent ball. I like him. I like what they're doing offensively, just getting the nice pitch and catch, especially with the slip screens and the bubbles. But the rollout that we saw, that was a really catchable pass on the sideline.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think Coach Maldonado, they really like this young man. That's why they've given him the keys to the kingdom. You know, who knows if he'll stay here all 4 years, but you like to build around a young man like this. You like to keep this young man in your community, and that's why they've given him the franchise. He'll have 2 wide receivers to his left, to the right, and this will be a design run. This is Jazz to the edge, and then Jazz gets to the goal line, and he is going to score a touchdown. The Rockets are in the box. It's Javondre Ziri. Jazz on the right side scored the touchdown from about 3 yards away, and the Rockets get their first touchdown. This one's going to stand up.
There's that little hesitation right there, broke in and then juked to the outside. Ball crosses pylon. That's a heck of a play by Ziri. Great vision, good elusivity, and punches it in for another Rockets touchdown.
For Jazz, his second rushing touchdown of the season. And for Moon Valley, it's their 5th total rushing touchdown on the year for Coach Maldonado's team. Again, with that record of 1-2 with a win here tonight, they'd even up the books. Snap back. Good hold. The kick is through. Penalty marker on the play. Tonight's game is brought to you by Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, contact Trey Clarkson, whether it be home, auto, boat, life, any type of insurance you need. Contact Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance for a personal experience at 623-432-1700. So the procedure penalty against Moon Valley, and that will back up the place kicker here. This is Isaiah Gustafson, and he'll have to boot the point after try from 25 yards away. Snap back, good hold, the kick's on its way, a line drive kick. It's a beauty, it's right down the middle. Nice hold there by the Rockets' Nathan Barrier. The 6-foot junior got that one down. And Moon Valley, it now leads it 15-0.
Yeah, safety in the missed extra point gets us to 15. Love the preparation and the offensive scheme. Moon Valley's offense, like we stated, Zeri, especially those first 2 games, Thunderbird and Bradshaw Mountain struggled. Those are 2 very tough opponents to start your high school career as a freshman who should be playing frosh-off football. But we see the athleticism from the kid, and I think going into this game with a couple of those slip screens, the bubble screens, rollouts, where he's able to utilize his athleticism, getting out of the pocket, seeing downfield. He's got some good talent around him. He's got the senior tailback, and Sultan Diaz also. Sultan Diaz and Colton Carlson do a great job, I think, on the perimeter as well. You're getting your athletes the ball in space. Alhambra got to get something going here. Let's see what they do on their 3rd possession of the game.
Back deep is a number that we can't recognize. Also back deep is Damian Terrell Nix. It's Terrell Nix from his own 10, straight ahead of the 15. Bounce it outside of the 20, and he's going to try to reverse his field, looking for a block, and he's going to lose his footing around the 11-yard line. Late flag comes in from the umpire. And for Terrell Nix, just trying to make a play there, but he had an awful long way to go to get to the outside.
Yeah, when he tried to reverse field too, we're going to get a crackback block. That's going to be a personal foul. Closest to it's going to be half the distance to the goal here. And that was kind of a brutal hit. And if you're Alhambra, once again, just the coach talked about it, just shooting themselves in the foot consistently and not getting good field position here for start possession 3 is not what you're looking for if you're a Lions fan.
So for Jazz Zeri, he's actually credited with both touchdowns. One's a fumble recovery. The second touchdown was a 4-yard run.
You see that hit at the end of there?
I missed the hit. I was trying to pick up the tackle on the other side. 15-0 our score. It's been all Rockets here in our opening 12. Big game on the slate tomorrow night on the AIA Arizona Cardinals game of the week. It'll be the Chandler Wolves visiting the Highland Hawks, a couple of unbeatens in the 6A conference, among other great games tomorrow night. Rockets showing blitz. Here's Masan Alekpovi. He's going to carry the football himself. Spins at the 8, and he'll take it across the 15-yard line. He's going to be stopped there. Another flag thrown back in the backfield right around the 3-yard line. And if you're looking for any kind of flow or rhythm for either team here, you're not going to get it here in this first quarter.
No, that was almost holding in the end zone, which would have resulted in a second safety. I think they called it on the right tackle right at the 1-yard line there as Alekpovi tried to break in. I like that play call, though, for the Lions. Get your athlete out on the space and give him that option. So you see the right tackle here holding 55 right at the 1-yard line, so that ball will be backed up half the distance to the goal. And repeat first down.
Alekpovi with 159 all-purpose yards that leads the team. A 32% passer. 13 of 40, 151 yards. No touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So he's going to have to turn things around and change that ratio here. And he's got some time to do it. The Lions, we were talking about 20 postseason appearances for Moon Valley. And that number 20, first time they won a region championship in 20. Well, 20 also rings for the Lions, as well as Alekpovi's pass from the back of the end zone to the far sideline just does get out of bounds. So an incomplete pass. You have to credit the Rockets pass rush there to put the hurry on Alekpovi.
Well, it's just a bootleg to the left off play action. They tried to go max protection to the left side with slide protection. The problem is, Kevin, they didn't block a single soul coming off the edge there, and you go max protection and you don't block backside back into your goal line. That's usually a recipe for disaster.
And a nice job there by Masan Alakpovi to just get rid of the football. It was Mayday for him. Back to the point about 20 and the significance of 20 for Alhambra. They've missed the second season. They've missed the playoffs in 20 straight campaigns. So Coach Rivera has his work cut out for him. And on this second down play, another safety. And that was just a weird play, Cody. It looked as though that maybe the quarterback was going to pooch punt it, but you wouldn't think that would happen on second down. But it had that kind of motion to it.
It's a speed draw. It's a speed rollout draw, and you see this being done in the middle of the field, usually never at the inch-yard line, Kevin. Two kind of head scratchers there, back-to-back plays, a speed rollout draw, and your running back's already in a shotgun formation deep into the end zone, and I believe that was number 47, Moon Valley, Carmelo Go. Second time the senior middle linebacker just shoots up the A-gap and comes unblocked on a draw play, and that is the easiest safety I'm sure Moon Valley's defense will have all season long.
That's the second safety in this game, and if you bet two safeties in this one, well, you nailed it. You're going to get some juice coming your way. It's 17-0, 50.4 ticks remain in our first 12 minutes. Rockets have the lead, and for Go, that's spelled G-O-E. Certainly made a nice play there.
Okay.
Alhambra now looking down the barrel of a 17-0 deficit, and they're going to ask Ja Alakpovi, their punter, to kick this one away. Back deep for the Rockets is Jason Lee. And this one's punted right in front of us, takes a high carry, and then goes out of bounds. And a late flag for good measure from the side judge.
If this is a sideline warning on a 15-yard onside kick, I just have I love all the officials here. I'm not going to say anything. That's what I'm talking. The sideline warnings kill me.
Well, the white hat official in this case, Daniel Lopez, indicates
it's illegal
procedure against Alhambra. And you could take the penalty here, or might as well just take the penalty here. You already have amazing field position. You have a 17-0 lead, and you're going to start this drive on the Alhambra 35-yard line.
High knee. Remember, high knee.
One thing I was talking about Coach Rivera with is just the fact that for Alhambra, it's a tall mountain to climb, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you credit the student athletes that are out there, banging bodies, putting the time in, going to weight room, and starting their days at 6 in the morning to play tackle football when they know that the success might not be there. There's a nice pass to the outside. Nice rollout there by Jazzuri, and he completes the pass right into the top of the 2 and the 4 for Damian Johnson. And that is a chain-moving catch, but you see the quarterback again, Jazzuri, outside the pocket, Cody, and he throws a dime down the middle of the football field, completes it, and they move the sticks.
And he was calm. I mean, that's a mishandled snap. Snap was kind of low. Zuri gathers it, still rolls right, and throwing on the run, throws an absolute dime right in the chest of the 6'2", 180-pound senior wide receiver, Damian Johnson. Bam, right that, cuts against the grain, makes a would-be tackler miss. It's a good pitch and catch. The freshman quarterback shining bright here in the first quarter.
DJ, an 18-yard reception. Here is Jess, changes direction and spins out of a tackle. And finally he's going to be bulldozed down to the turf. Nice work there by Alhambra. Getting it done, that time was Ja Alakpovi. And you can see why Alakpovi, you can see why the Lions like him. 6'3", 210, down there thumping people.
Yeah, all three of them are two-way players all over the field for the Lions. Don't come off because they're the best players on the team.
Our first 12 minutes are in the books here from Moon Valley High School from Putman Field. Our score, Moon Valley 17, the Alhambra Lions 0. You're watching Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network.
And Ernie with his rubber ducky.
This actually turned out to be a pretty good crowd.
All right, here we go. Pick your winner.
Educating our customers is so important to us because we want them to have all the knowledge on what it's going to take to protect them and their family. One of the things that our office is passionate about is life insurance. Our goal is to protect families and protect their future and protect what they've worked so hard to achieve. It's our mission to not shy away from talking about health insurance and disability insurance and let them make informed decisions on what is best for them and their family. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
Hey, big props to our teachers for having some fun out there and supporting Moon Valley Game Day. Let's give them
Check
all a
1, 2.
hand, ladies and gentlemen.
We back?
Really
0.
if they don't
A
let
couple
the
of
hustle
touchdowns
out
from
loud.
the freshman sensation, Javondre Ziri. Jazz a fumble
Oh,
recovery and a
producer of the
touchdown
year,
run.
Mr. Purdett.
And now they've gone the other direction. So Moon Valley will begin this drive from the, looks like the 17-yard line.
He should have won.
This is
For
a
no
gun to
reason
pay.
opening up the
And a gun to
grind
pay
this week. He should have won.
on a little sweep, turns it inside, and it runs it right up the gut for the Alhambra Lions.
All right, that run's good for
And
a
he'll pick
Rocket
up
first down.
First down yardage. The ball will be placed at the 5-yard line. First and goal to go for the Moon Valley Rockets.
Yeah, that's a good offensive line. I mean, they showed that confidence last week in that big win over Lee Williams. Colin Lucas, that's one of their senior offensive guards. Offer from Lake Forest, 3.5 GPA. And how about this, Kevin, a 550-pound one-rep squat max
Hey,
for
he'll
the
take
senior
it.
guard.
Yeah, that's getting it done. The lower core. A gun to pay the deep back. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. A gun to pay the carry. A gun to pay to the end zone. Bangs a body at the 1, and he's going to be in the box for a touchdown. Iomita, a gun to pay. AY with a touchdown. He had one taken away by a penalty earlier, and he's got a touchdown here, and this one's going to stand up.
Yeah, counter left. They pull backside. It's our guy, Colin Lucas, moving the way. He works into the second level, pushes the defender about 2 or 3 yards into the end zone. It's a great block by the senior offensive guard who we just highlighted. And then the senior tailback, a gun to pay, just bulldozes his way in for another Rockets touchdown. It's a great job by the Moon Valley offense.
A gun to pay touchdown number 4 for him. And how about the block up front? Zarek Chandler, the right tackle, also making things difficult for Alhambra. And there's combination offensive line play. Point out the try by Gustafson is true. 11-19 to go to halftime. It's 24-0. Moon Valley has the lead. For Moon Valley, Coach Maldonado took over in that COVID year of 2021. And this is now his 5th year. He's the 8th head coach for Alhambra. And you're thinking, for a program that began in 1961, only 8 head coaches, that means they've had some longevity at that head coach position somewhere along the line. A lot of that longevity came by way of Frank Lott, who used to coach Goldwater. I'm not sure if Frank Lott's coaching at Goldwater any longer. He was there a year ago. Coach Lott Coach Lott is the coach at Alhambra, I beg your pardon. It was Earl Putnam. Putnam is the man I wanted
The
to
field
talk
name,
about.
which is a gorgeous field. Newer turf, red end zones. I'm all for it.
Yeah, Earl Putnam spent 25 years on the sidelines. But Frank Lott, that is right. No, we're right. We had it right. We actually had it right. Frank Lott has been the head coach for 21 years at Alhambra. Jack Kirsting used to coach Alhambra as well. I think Jack's son, Joe, was significant in the JUCO circuit here. Coached in the Valley for quite some time. This is the 4th meeting between these two programs here tonight. Alhambra and Moon Valley played last year. The Rockets soared to a 49-0 win. Prior to that, these two programs last played in back-to-back years in 2013 and 2014. So it's an older rivalry, but this is the 2nd year in a row they're doing the tango here in CC. 24-0, Moon Valley has the lead. And that kick's a short one. It'll be covered up by Alhambra. With the cover up in Xavier Flores.
I think Mr. Myers should do 2 more. You're missing 2 more. You got to make up for it. 1, 2. All right, there we go.
The Rockets will be at Carl Hayden next week. And that'll be the first game in October. It's hard to imagine this is the final week of the season here in September, Cody. It's moving quickly.
We're midway through the high school football season, and it is still in the triple digits. We have a couple people listening right now. Mr. Zach Elvira on there, who's been going back and forth to the state of Colorado. I'm jealous. He said it was 75 degrees in Colorado Springs a couple weeks ago.
Much envy for Zach Elvira. Alec Povey to the air. His pass complete right over the middle. Samuel Flores, the tailback, makes the reception. That's the first completion of the game for Alec Povey. Completes it to Samuel Flores.
So Alec Povey didn't get his feet set there, but I like the route combination. Kind of 3 deep and then underneath shallow. Inside backers working that way, but it's a good first down call. Great first down call. Tried to get pitch and catch. You'd see on the replay, he doesn't necessarily set his feet. Kind of want to throw that just a little bit earlier, but it's a nice, easy pitch and catch and sets you up for 2nd and 4, and the Alhambra fans got something to cheer about.
That's the 6th grab of the year for Samuel Flores coming out of the backfield. High snap for Alec Povey. Penalty marker down. Deep ball, far sideline. There's nobody home. And breaking his route off a little soon was Julian Alec Povey, but you know, that was a jailbreak there. Had a blitz coming in and a high snap and a penalty flag to boot. So all kinds of organized chaos right there.
Yeah, and that's just a couple deep shots where it's just predetermined, right? It just looks like so predetermined Alec Povey, but that's a young quarterback. It's a young high school quarterback thinking, hey, this is where I'm going to toss. Moon Valley, on the other hand, Kevin's doing a great job of keeping that 3 to 4 deep. And there, Christian Vasquez, who's, you know, the center fielder of that defense over here playing on that field safety position. When he's back there roaming, he was one of the best safeties in this region last year. His first team all-region last season as a junior. Led the team with 88 tackles, already 51 tackles in the first 3 games for Moon Valley. This kid is a stud.
Yeah, he's a dude. He was also honorable mention in the 4A conference. So Christian Vasquez, he is a thumper. Alec Povey, that pass is intercepted. It's picked off by the Rockets, Tavon Auzine. And that is something that has plagued Alec Povey, the young freshman. Looked like he showed you a little sizzle on that pass with some velocity, but he threw it right into the welcoming arms of Tavon Auzine. That's an interception, the 7th of the year for Alhambra's Masson Alec Povey, and the Rockets are going to have tremendous field position once again.
Yeah, Auzine just drops into the flat, keeps his eyes on the quarterback, looking to rob, and tremendous athleticism and hand-eye coordination to get up and snag that 6'3", 180-pound strong safety playing in the box to force the flat, and that's a heck of an interception by Tavon Auzine.
Another takeaway for Moon Valley. They had 2 safeties and a interception here. They also have a fumble recovery in the end zone. Rolling this way, there is Jazz Ziri, and he's going to dump it off on the boundary and making the reception and securing the football as he's getting pinballed around as Damian Johnson. And Johnson just gets peppered by 4 or 5 white shirts. And for one thing that we can say about Craig Rivera's defense is that he has guys flying to the football.
Yeah, man, they rallied the troops there big time. But how about Damian Johnson? Staying up, taking 1 or 2 shots down there near the sideline. There's actually, yeah, we do have an Alhambra player, unfortunately, down here. Hopefully he's okay. And he does get up. That is one of the 3 Alec Poveys. But that Damian Johnson getting up, or staying up, upright on that. It's a nice play.
Last year, the Rockets went 4-1 in the 4A Skyline region. And it was a year where they won their final 2 games, and they were able to outscore the opposition 252 to 228. So you can kind of see things change for the Rockets. That trajectory change for the Rockets, if you will.
Yeah, I just think it's confident, right? I mean, we broadcast so many games where there's a youth movement in the state of Arizona across the board. Centennial last week, 3 freshman starters due to so many different things, right?
Right.
But it's I think across the board we're seeing so much of it, and it's the athleticism. Like if Ziri, just watching him play this first quarter, I'd say, Kevin, this is a seasoned vet, you know, especially with athleticism. Like, this is a player that deserves to be up here. He's a freshman. These kids usually are playing frost-off football, and so I just, with that comes obviously game experience and just the understanding of the game.
Three wide receivers to the left. Ziri to the near end zone. There's another jump ball, and that ball is, I think it was dropped. Yeah, 24 working on 24. Matthew Bacambi was providing the coverage on Moon Valley's Damian Johnson, and Johnson, targeted for the third time here tonight, had a chance at a ball in the end zone.
You can't throw a better ball right there than Ziri, and Damian Johnson tails it, hits it right in the breadbasket, unfortunately, drops right through his hands. That's having trust in your receiver with a great lead, and unfortunately just does not connect down there in the end zone.
And you can see why Coach Maldonado is excited about this team. Trips to the left, rolling that way is Jas Ziri. He throws on the run, and that ball is going to be grabbed and caught.
All right,
boy, what a nifty grab for the Rockets. Making the catch with Sultan Diaz. And for Diaz showing you great hands there, and the footwork was even better.
Once again, moving Ziri out of the pocket. He gets max protection from his tailback as well. Nice job by the left tackle to stay with that defensive end alongside the line of scrimmage to buy Ziri a little bit more time. A little jump throw, a little off-platform jump throw. Your man, Dan Manucci, I know he talks about that every Friday, the off-platform jump throw. But he puts it outside near the sideline. Receiver still able to make a great catch by Dia, and moving the sticks back inside the red zone now, Moon Valley.
Gain of 11. They'll put the ball on the 11-yard line. For Moon Valley to get a first down at the 1. Long count here for Jas. Back to throw. Rolls to the right. Looking towards the end zone. Has time. And now he's going to fake it and go, and he's going to take it to the 5, and he's going to hurdle a would-be defender there and just kind of skedaddle out of bounds. Again, you got to like the scoots for this young man. This is Jas Ziri making a name for herself here on Thursday Night Football here on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network.
I like that they're moving him out of the pocket.
I like
you know, they're utilizing what he brings to the table, and they keep max protecting every place he's rolling out with Agundape, and he seals the right inside backer. We're going to get a view of here. You can see Agundape sealing that edge.
Great pass pro.
Yeah, he's literally just buying as much time as possible. Receivers trying to get open. Nice job by Alhambra on the back half to stick with the receivers, not letting go. And Ziri just turns upfield, picks up 7.
I know Thunderbird and Moon Valley already played this year, but boy, that game, if it was scheduled week 9 or week 10, that'd be a different ball game. And for the quarterback, that's the freshman trying to pounce on the football. QB1, Jas Ziri. For McCowan, for Alhambra up there to be disruptive in the backfield. And McCowan's made a name for himself here tonight. He's got a couple nice plays.
Yeah, 2 plays now. Tackle for loss for another freshman. 5'10", 215 for the Lions, shedding a block. And we credit him his second tackle for loss on the game.
To take away a stat from last year's game, it was 49-0 Rockets. Moon Valley rushed 34 times in that game a year ago for 261 yards and 3 touchdowns. Agundape did score in that ball game. He only had 2 totes for 21 yards, but it was Colton Carlson that had a nice game, and Diego Contreras, the senior who graduated, 127 yards on 10 carries for him.
I think that speaks also to the entire offense, not just Ziri, but Agundape getting going last week as well, where, heck, he had most of his season stats last week in the win over Lee Williams. I think it also says something about Thunderbird. You know, Thunderbird's been a team that us in the media have talked about all year. Really strong senior class, really well-coached kids. They blanked Moon Valley to start the season off 34-0. Moon Valley's not bad. I mean, they have some talent at receiver. Yes, it was the first game for a freshman quarterback, but watching them out here, there's guys that are running well, they tackle well. Thunderbird's the real deal, man.
They are.
That's a fun team to watch.
And I'd like to see Thunderbird play Moon Valley like week 8.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Just to see how much Moon Valley's come along, because we know that the Chiefs, or the Titans, if you will, it used to be called the Chiefs back in the day, but the Titans.
How about their running back? You broadcast one of their games. Their running back they have is a stud, man.
Elijah Little.
Yep.
He is anything but little. 4 wide receivers for Ziri. Rolls to the far side. And he's going to be blitzed. He's going to be taken down for a sack. Oh, nice job there by the Lions. Shoot through was Jonathan Dorsey. Dorsey listed as a wide receiver. Didn't look like a wide receiver there. Looked like a linebacker. And he took down the quarterback. Give him a sack.
The senior captain shoots out of a cannon to attack. Zeri rolling left. Once again, they go back with that max pro, but nobody picks up Dorsey coming from the second level at linebacker, and I love the wrap-up tackle. Wraps up the tackle to bring back Zeri. Doesn't try to go for the home run clean shot. He wraps up, runs his feet, and brings down about a 12-yard loss on that third down. The senior captain for the Lions making a big play.
This would be a 34-yard attempt here for Isaac Gustafson. High snap, good hold, plenty of leg. The kick is good. 8:30 to go, our new score. Moon Valley 27, Alhambra 0. And Cody, in back-to-back weeks, we've seen some tremendous special teams play, and we've seen some really thunderous legs. We saw with Centennial a week ago, but right here, Isaiah Gustafson put one on the board here with a nice field goal in his own right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about kicking here, Kevin, but in terms of sweeping the leg and good timing, that's a great job by Isaiah Gustafson. And here you're talking about last week's South Points, Kaya Francone. Francone. Huge shout out to him as he gets awarded an Ed Doherty Award medallion for his performance last week. A 50-yarder, a 51-yarder, 5 for 5. 3 for 3 on extra points, and 5 touchbacks that cleared the back of the end zone. We keep, Arizona's really QBU. It's a huge quarterback state, but how about the special teams? You're starting to see on Saturdays so many long snappers and kickers and punters representing Arizona high school football playing on Saturdays.
You see punters are people too. That's not my line. It's somebody else said that. But it is interesting. Another good kick there by Gustafson. And I don't know if maybe Cody just mentioned it, but Francone had 4 touchbacks.
Five touchbacks.
5 touchbacks. That's another great stat from a kicker's perspective, but Francone so deserving of that. We were talking about the Thunderbird Titans, Coach Matt Millette, and that football team. They're very talented. They're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be one of those teams that are going to be that has a chance to make a nice run in the 4A conference. And you and I will be at Mountain America Stadium calling that championship game, whoever's there. 4A
is my favorite conference. We got 2 4A teams out here representing, but Micah Mountain, Yuma Catholic, Thunderbird, Arizona College Prep, the list, Arcadia, the list goes on and on of tough, hard-nosed football. I love the 4A. I love what we're watching out here. You still have the traditional 2-way high school football player in 4A. Nobody has any depth in the 4A conference. You can get a really special class, kind of like what we saw with CDO last year, right?
Yes.
And that really special class, as it keeps building up, you could see a team with talent do that. That's why I love 4A.
Alhambra begins this drive trailing 27-0. They'll start from their own 20-yard line. Back to work is Ja Alekpovic. Correction, it'll be QB1, the freshman, Masan Alekpovic. Masan of the air. And his pass is just too high for Xavier Flores, who stands at 5'11", 165 pounds.
Yeah, he got stepped on, I think, at the end of that play. Alekpovic did. He's coming to the sideline. He's kind of hobbling around here. Hopefully the freshman's okay. He has a cannon. I mean, once again, you see with both these freshmen, the athleticism. Moon Valley, just offensive scheme-wise, I think they've called a perfect first quarter and a half here for Zeri. Just getting him out in space, and they're going to have to call a timeout because they have to look at Alekpovic. So hopefully he's okay. I'd like to see them try to establish some type of run game. I think with all 3 Alekpovics coming in here, they're running back by committee with their offensive staffs, but just something where they can be in second and third management in this football game.
As a team that come in rushing the football for 274 yards, just under 4 yards a whack, but they haven't scored a touchdown according to the numbers. In fact, they've only scored 2 touchdowns on the year, has Alhambra, and we have not found one recorded offensively, so we're assuming just by the statistics, not that they're completely accurate or anything like that.
I guess you never know, and it's funny when we've done, I want to say 5 high school football broadcasts this year too, and like Max Preps, and this isn't the coach's fault at all. I think Max Preps has done some type of conversion thing where they've really jacked up a lot of the rosters, and it's messed up a lot of stats too. I was talking to Chandler Hovick, Chavez head coach, and their stats were all messed up because you transfer them over from Huddle, and they pull a number from a kid who's a JV player on there, and they put it on your stats, and you don't know about it unless someone points it out.
Yeah. And you mentioned Chandler Hovick. What a job he's doing for the champions.
They have a huge
But
game.
how about Central last week? They didn't even show up to play Mountain Point.
Yeah, it's a tough. That's a long conversation.
That's a tough one. You just don't. And that's why I think what Coach Rivera's doing here is magnificent. Alec Povey trying to break a tackle or two, tries to evade the sack, and he can't do it.
Bit of miscommunication on that snap. The Rockets
Relentless
right there,
pressure
catching
there
them behind the line
by
of
the
scrimmage.
Rockets. Luis Rios Noyes Jr. in on the play. Give him the sack for Moon Valley.
3rd and 13.
And it'll be a 3rd and long here for Alec Povey and company. For Moon Valley, with a sack already to their credit here tonight. That is their 8th sack of the year. They had 6 coming into play. And for Rios Noyes Jr., that is his 2nd sack on the campaign. This a loss of 3. 3rd down, and we'll call it 14 for Alhambra, working right to left. Rockets showing blitz. Here they come. Alec Povey sidesteps it, but he can't sidestep the second guy coming through, and that's another quarterback sack. Back-to-back sacks for Alec Povey. And helping the man up, he had Colin Lucas was there. Also in the vicinity for the Rockets was Jaden Edsity. Edsity listed at 6 foot 180, wearing that patented number 42. Whenever I see anybody wearing 42 at any sport, I just think it's remarkable.
Yeah, it's not hard not to think of PT there on that. Colin Lucas, the senior two-way starter, great job. Alec Povey stepping up, and Colin Lucas meeting him right there in the pocket. 6'3", 295 coming in this game, 6 tackles for loss. We highlighted him on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, to making his impact felt with that 3rd down sack.
3rd sack of the season for Lucas. On to punt here for Alhambra. This is Ferdinand Aochi. At his own 40 for the Rockets. Ed Sultan Dia. Dia to the far side. Takes a high bounce. He's just going to walk away from it. That's good coaching right there, Cody. There's nothing at all for Dia to stick around there for. And for Alhambra, they make an attempt to flip the field. So a nice job there by Aochi to give his team a little room to play some defense. And once again, Moon Valley staked to a 27-0 lead. Get the football back with 6:15 to go. And we have been introduced to our debut of the watch party that is Javondre Ziri. Jazz, they call him, and he has been singing a good tune here tonight.
Well, 4 offensive possessions, they scored all 4 times. 3 touchdowns and a field goal for this Rockets offense. And it's a great play calling for Zuri.
Zuri works out a pistol. 3 wide receivers to the near side. They set up a double pass. He's got a receiver open, and the receiver makes the catch at the 20. He'll turn around, and he will waltz into the end zone. Penalty marker down around the 44-yard line. Making the reception for the touchdown is Damian Johnson. And that goes, we'll call it for 56 yards. Let's see what the penalty's all about.
Well, the first pass was a forward pass. So I love the play call there, but that first pass does go forward, making that second one an illegal pass.
One of these.
Yeah, so that should be a penalty there. I like the play call. They fake stock block on that and then streak up the sideline on that double pass, and the corner actually just kind of got stuck in no man's land, fell down. But that would be an illegal forward pass.
It was Ahmed Haji. He's listed as a quarterback, and Haji he completed the pass, but he just had a step ahead from the line of scrimmage. And that's really about where Haji's positioned. If he's back off the line of scrimmage by a yard or 2, then Jazz can make the pass successfully behind the line.
Yeah, I like the play call because, once again, I think you're putting your freshman quarterback and game experience positions where, hey, you might need that down the road, especially on a close game where you're trying to pull some tricks out. Just didn't execute that, having the first pass be a forward pass.
From the 38, knee-high snap. They'll go right back to Haji. Haji makes the catch. Haji working up the sideline, and Haji's going to pick up most of that 20 yards right back there. They went back to a similar play, but this time Haji just took it and ran with the football right up the near boundary.
Same link, just added a additional player for the double stock there on that trips bench. Pre-snap there. Quick screen, got the numbers on the outside, and picking up 10+ to make it 3rd and manageable here for the Rockets.
Let's call it a gain of 17 yards to Haji. And for Haji, making the catch, That is his first catch of the season. Third and manageable. 3 to the wide side. Agundape in pass protection. On the run, a jump throw, and that ball is batted down and then popped up. You had 2 receivers collide with one another. Haji with a collision there on Sultan Dia. And Dia is slow to his feet here. And he's going to find a way to get back up. So the 2 wide receivers, it looked like it was a bowling attempt right there. You had 3 guys knocked to the turf.
Yeah, that's tough, man, because you had a deep cross on that play action boot. And I think you had just a kind of like a swing route that receiver turned into a wheel, ran right in to both players. Thankfully, he's up, because that was a tough collision on there on the sideline.
Again, showing you the athletic ability of Javondre Ziri. One of those off-platform type throws. And a little jump throw with some sizzle on it, like the velo on that. 4th down and call it 4. And again, it was Jazz Ziri using the hard count. That's the 2nd time tonight he's used the hard count effectively. And he's going to get a free 5 for the Rockets, and that's going to move the sticks, Cody.
Yeah, I think if you've already hit it once, so I guess if you're not going to do that the 4th and 4, I thought they might attempt to bring out the punt team, but that is much more effective moving the sticks here.
Alhambra gets Moon Valley tonight, as you see here. Then they'll take on Deer Valley next week at home. So it's time to start playing some games in the 4A Copper Sky region. They go tight set here again. Agundape is the deep back. They toss it to him on a crack. And getting by the initial tackler and then working up the sidelines here was A.Y. Agundape. What do they call that, a toss, crack, sweep?
Yeah, it was just kind of a literally tight splits. Sometimes when you go toss there, it's still up to be that A and B gap. He bounces it outside. There's nobody to block some of the end guys. 3-2 from Alhambra, actually 14 for Alhambra. 14, once again, we do not have that. No, excuse me, Keyshawn Holmes. He's on one of my rosters. Keyshawn Holmes actually met him there 5 yards behind the line. Nice job by Agundape just to stiff arm him off to pick up actually 5 yards on that first down play.
Gain of 5, high snap, rolling to the far side. This is Jazz, he's pressured, drops the football. The ball is loose, it's still on the ground, and it's picked up by Agundape. Boy, I tell you what, for AY, he's all over the place, and he's out there in pass protection. He serves as a tough physical runner, but he also has an awful lot of responsibilities for this offense.
Yeah, they try to max protect. Every time they're rolling out, they are max protecting with AY. Alhambra's defense is tightening it up here, Kevin. That's a strip sack, forced fumble, not able to jump on it, but that is a nice play by the second level for Alhambra if we get a replay here.
Looking for the linebackers to get in there and get after the quarterback. Javondre Ziri works out a pistol, trips to the far side. Wanted to come back to the near side. He's going to roll the other way. Still wants to throw. Fires down the sideline, and that ball is intercepted. It's picked off by the Alhambra Lions. Running with the football on the far sideline. That is Messin Alakpovi. Alakpovi with the pick. So the quarterback gets an interception. He's thrown 7 already this year, and he says, you know what, I'm playing in the secondary. Let me get one back.
Yeah, freshman quarterback making a play at true free safety. Staying over the top of the 2 deep routes. Moon Valley had 2 routes in the same spot there, kind of the intermediate deep out. And it's the freshman Alakpove jumping up, 2 hands, catching the rock.
I'm going to go back to you, Coach Cody, and I'm going to ask the question, why? Why are we making throws like that when you've got a gun to pay and you've got a quarterback that is a true threat and RPOs if they want to go that route? I'm just surprised they're not running the football a little bit more, using the success they had a year ago to win the game 49-0.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get him in a rhythm more, and maybe adding more chemistry and game experience with the freshman quarterback Ziri. But there you keep rolling left, a quarterback who throws right. Now he's made a couple of those off-platform throws.
Being a State Farm good neighbor.
Special thank you to Trey Clarkson, State Farm Insurance, for all of your insurance needs. Contact Trey Clarkson at 623-432-1700. Great crowd on hand here in the west side of town, the home of the Moon Valley Rockets. We are at Earl Putman Field. Great tradition here for Earl, winning 154 games in his tenure on this campus. Alec Povey to the air, rifles a pass near side, making the catch is Xavier Flores, and he'll be close to the line to gain. They'll mark him down at the 50-yard line, but you gotta like that, getting out of the pocket and showing you the arm strength there by the freshman, Masan Alec Povey.
Yeah, they went max protection to the left side too now with Alec Povey, the senior, kind of blocking that edge rusher, bought some time for their freshman quarterback and threw a dagger to Xavier Flores on a comeback route. And how about that? Their first down of the football game, comeback right to the sticks. There we go, Lions. Got the fans something to cheer on for.
Gain of 11. Nice throw. Good protection up front by those guys. Jesus Navarro, the right tackle. Left guard is Leonardo Rodriguez. Emmanuel Castro is the right guard. Two wide receivers here for Alec Povey. Here comes the pressure up the middle. He delivers over the middle. That ball's caught by Flores, and Flores is going to reach out. He's got a first down catch. So nice job by the offensive line again, picking up the blitz. And then Alec Povey standing in the pocket delivers a strike over the middle to Flores.
And Moon Valley was in pre-snap too deep, but they rolled in their strong safety into the box. That moved Christian Vasquez to a true center field deep safety position. Up the seam, nice pitch and catch for Alhambra. Alec Povey now back-to-back throws with really good accuracy and putting it right in Flores' chest and moving the sticks for a second time.
Gain of 13 for Samuel Flores. Alhambra is on the march. Back-to-back connections from Alec Povey to his wideouts. High snap, looking right all the way. Throws right, and that ball is too low for the intended target. He wanted his brother Julian. And right there, Cody, it looked like he had plenty of time. He was on the rollout. The mechanics were good. He's just got to be able to stop, plant, and throw, and he completes that pass.
Yeah, long pass, being on that towards the closer boundary opposite hash, throwing to that deep curl. But you are 100% correct. It is there. The flat defender didn't roll out on that side. A lot of the comeback routes are a lot open. Moon Valley's in a traditional cover 3. And so on those wide throws, it's hard for those flat defenders to get all the way towards the sideline. That's going to be there probably throughout the night.
One thing about seeing two freshman quarterbacks, they can only get better. Taking off is Alec Povey. He's going to run to daylight. He's got the first down and more. And be careful holding that football. He's going to take the football all the way down to the 15-yard line. And an open field tackle there by Moon Valley's. That was Jermaine Rucker. He was one of the guys back there defensively. And how about Alec Povey taking off, had a little seam up the middle, and then exploited that and got first down yardage.
How about the confidence? The confidence from the freshman quarterback now. A couple first down throws. Doesn't see what he likes here. Just turns up field going north to south. How about the speed? This isn't a small football player either. As a freshman, 6'1", 195 pounds. The Alec Povey boys, they're all super athletic. And as we see from Masan there, it's a nice gain.
That was a gain of 15 yards for Alec Povey, 19 for 42 before play tonight. High snap, rolls the far side, guns one towards the end zone, and once again he wants Julian Alec Povey, and that pass was incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Rockets. Draped all over the receiver was Jaden Good. You like good or good?
I think it's good. Could be good. That's the thing about high school football broadcasting, right? No pronunciation.
Let's go with good.
Key. Where's Doug Tamaro? Doug Tamaro, ASU.
The best
SID
in the business.
needs to come here and
the best.
Get some keys in.
Devils with a tough loss last weekend.
In Lubbock.
Texas. Tough place to go play football on the road. 27-0, clock stop at 2:36 to go. And there's a running play, and the Rockets sniff it out. They just stymie the ball carrier. In this case, it was Samuel Flores.
Go and Jaden Good.
Go was there along with Jaden Good, the before-mentioned Jaden Good.
Yeah, this is tough, too, because I highlighted before, I'd like to see Alhambra get the run game going. I think they've had, with their running backs, about 3 or 4 carries, and 2 or 3 of them have been called back for holdings. This one as well will get called back for holding.
And you had asked to see some more run.
No, this is holding on the defensive line, something you really only see at the college and NFL level, where if there's a pulling guard or a guy trying to work to the second level, the interior defensive lineman will hold. We don't see this at the high school level, and it was just called, and now Alhambra's inside the 10-yard line.
So the ball is spotted on the 8. 2:21 to go. Clock is moving. Flores is flanked to the right of Alec Povey. Alec Povey wants to run the football. And Povey fumbles the ball. And that ball is going to be picked up by Moon Valley, I believe. Let's wait and see what the official word is here. Actually, they're going to say that somehow or another, the ball was recovered by Alhambra.
I think that's an incomplete pass, Kevin.
Jesus Navarro. Boy, this is, we don't have replay here in high school, but we could take a look at this one from our replay vantage point. And I think that ball, I think he tried to escape a tackler, step through, throw the football, and I think the football just fell off the back of his hand.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if his hand was going to. I think
motion, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I think we agreed that he attempted to pass the football.
Let's see it again, if we can. Our folks back in the truck.
Don't know if we're going to get a replay here. But
have you seen any replays yet tonight?
I think a couple in the first quarter there.
We are just glued on our monitor here. Our picture perfect, high definition, absolutely crystal clear.
So this is by far the most successful drive for the Lions. Hopefully it ends in points for them. Like the play calling in this drive. I was kind of skeptical, especially down on the safety, down at the 1 speed rollout draw. When your running back's already lining up, halfway in the end zone, that's always a tough call. But here, it's nice pitch and catches, easy routes and combinations for Alec Povey, and letting him loose, let him run a little bit.
Alhambra trying to get on the board on this drive. They're being shut out 27-0. Entering the backfield here is number 40. Love to share with you who that is. This is looks like some sort of a wishbone. Alec Povey on the rollout again. He gets some help. Still on his feet. Finally, he gets tripped up. Not much doing. Again, they go back to the right side. For Moon Valley, knifing through was Tavon Ozine. And Ozine gets credited for the takedown. And that's one of those scoring decisions, sack or tackle for loss, whatever you want to call it, but we'll call that one a sack.
Well, one of the players that really set that up, senior defensive end Jordan Sepulveda, who kept outside leverage on that naked boot. So many times we see a play action or a naked boot where the defensive end force player sucks inside and gives it that. And Sepulveda does a great job of keeping outside contained, and Alec Povey has to get inside, letting the linebackers and defensive linemen just pursuit inward. That's a great job of the senior edge.
4th down and 5. They could get a first down. Alec Povey rolls this way, stops, throws towards the end zone. That ball is intercepted. He threw into tight coverage, and that was going to be a tough cross-the-body type throw, and off the carom, it's picked off.
Yeah, by one of their best football players on the team, Christian Vasquez. The senior safety, we call that the tip drill. Tip drill, just sitting right place at right time. Vasquez gets his paws on it, and he comes up with the interception. First team all-region player last year. Leads the team in tackles with 51 tackles in this game. And as the replay here, Alec Povey throws it, tips off the middle linebacker's hands, and Christian Vasquez, playing free safety there, comes up with the pick for the Rockets.
That's the second interception of the night for Masson Alec Povey, and shaken up is the man that we just mentioned, number 40. Unfortunately, we cannot share with you who that is unless Cody has it.
Here we go. It's written in.
Carlos Bermudez. And Bermudez, he's another one of those guys that goes both ways. Now, here's the beauty of it. 44, Carlos Bermudez.
There we go. That's high school football broadcasting.
There you go. All right, so Moon Valley gets the football back with 62 seconds to go. High snap. Jazz to the backfield and making the reception and in space. Here goes Colton Carlson. He's still on his feet. Cut across the field at 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. That's going to be a touchdown. It'll be an 80-yard scoring play for Jazz Zuri to Colton Carlson. Give him 6.
How about that throwback screen, and the big man getting out in front, lead blocking 3 offensive linemen on that right side for the Rockets lead block. Zuri does a great job of rolling left on their throwback screen to Carlson, And how about the Jets? Up the right sideline, makes the first would-be
How
tackler
about the
miss.
Juju?
And he is gone. Rockets touchdown and another light show.
I think Cody pointed out, but the downfield blocking was sensational. Isaiah Viescas, one of those guys down there. Those guys were picking him up, putting him down as Carlson got to the end zone. Again, unofficially 80 yards. Zuri to Carlson.
And
for Jazz Zuri, he's now accounted for,
it is Alhambra 0, Moon Valley
I
34.
want to say 4 touchdowns now.
I believe so. The 2 rushing and 2 throwing.
Junior Rocket doing the push-ups.
Oh, the fumble recovery.
For Carlson, that is maybe his 3rd catch of the year, if he has one here in this first half, but 1 for 9 for Carlson. But this one goes to the end zone, and for Carlson, takes one to the crib, 80 yards. He might not ever have an 80-yard play again in his career.
That was awesome. I just, the way that was set up and executed, give so much credit to the big man out front. Big man out front, rocking and rolling. They ran with him for about 40, 50 yards on that 80-yard touchdown pass.
Gustafson converts on the point after try at 34-0. And if you were thinking running clock, well, it needs to be 35 points. And we're not there yet. So Alhambra's still in business here, trailing 34-0 as we approach halftime. 44.7 ticks remain. Gustafson back on, and he swings his right leg through it, sends a deep end-over-end kick. Here's Damian Terrell-Nix on the return. Makes a move at the 22, and that's all he can do. Great special teams work by Jason Good, the 5'9", 160-pound defensive wizard down there to take the legs out of Terrell-Nix. Another special teams tackle for him. That's his 2nd special teams tackle tonight.
Yeah, and Terrell-Nix has played really well, especially in the return game here. He's coming up hurting. Hopefully he's okay. He's there. Yeah, Alhambra's medical team comes out. I think it just leg underneath the tackle on that. Not a dirty play at all for Moon Valley. Good tackle, just leg kind of got stuck.
And if you've ever been injured and you're laying there waiting for some medical help, that 25 to 30 seconds seems like it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it seems like an eternity. And it's almost helpless, especially on this side. There's nice respect here for Moon Valley, team taking a knee.
With this pause in the action, we like to mention our sponsor, Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, contact Trey Clarkson State Farm for home, auto, motorcycle, boat, RV, and life. Call 623-432-1700. Trey Clarkson State Farm for your personal experience with my guy, Trey Clarkson. They're still attending to Damian Terrell-Nix, and last week we had Centennial and South Point Catholic, and kind of interesting because we saw a couple quarterbacks there for Centennial. We've never seen a Richard Taylor team begin 0-4, and as they take the field here come tomorrow night, well, that's going to be an interesting game, and it will be interesting to see who takes the first snap of that football game.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole different team to come week 6. I think Richard Obert had an article where it said 16 to 18 transfers ready to go for Centennial, but that doesn't always work, and so a lot of those are great players. Nico Boncourt being one of them, the Cactus transfer, who was all-world 5A player last year. Waiting on a Shamar Berryhill, waiting on a couple down offensive linemen and defensive linemen. The thing is, I've been here for 7 years. I've seen teams get all these transfers too, and it doesn't always mesh well.
Yes.
And it takes 2 or 3 games to get your feet under you. The thing about Centennial, they probably make the playoffs going 3-7 anyway, but that region still, hey, Liberty, Pinnacle, Chappenswaro are totally down this year, but it's not an easy schedule either for those guys to get in.
No, and they're trying to find their way. 3 freshman wide receivers. They got an awful lot going on over there, and Richard Taylor has his work cut out for him, no doubt about it.
7 drops last week.
That's
7.
tough.
That's very tough. Torrin Hill, freshman, 2 touchdowns. Hodge Brown, another freshman, had that long touchdown. So they're making a ton of plays.
They got some dudes.
Really good. Their freshman class.
And I
loaded.
believe, I think I read where Shamar is not going to be eligible till week 8, I believe.
Week 8,
so that's a game changer, because he was going to be the franchise coming in, if you will.
Yeah, he was such a stud at Sabino, and he has a little brother as well that's going to be ready to rock week 6.
And he's speaking of Roman Berryhill. High snap for Olakpavi, and that pass is batted down. The big fella getting his mitts up there. That was Jordan Sepulveda, who nearly scored a touchdown tonight for Moon Valley offensively, playing in that Rhino package, got the football and got rocked at the goal line and fumbled the football.
I like that phrase so much better, the Rhino package. I called it the big beef package. Either a heavy package, whatever you call it, but yes, he did. He technically was almost there. That was such a great heads-up play by Zeri. That seems like a million years ago that play happened.
It was a long time ago for what we thought might be a very fast-moving game. And there's a nice little drone shot from our crew here.
Look at that.
34-0. Moon Valley is in control. They're showing blitz, and here they come. High snap, and that pass is zipped over the middle. Flores, again, the intended target. And as Cody's pointed out a time or two, when we talk about Masan Alakpovi, he's got some skills. And he's just a youngster. Again, he's just a freshman making only his, third start of his career. We'll call it his fourth start. And he needs some help.
Wow, we keep spotlighting all these freshmen playing on the varsity level, and a couple of them, big kids. Heck, you look at Saguaro's quarterback, who have you broadcasted Saguaro this year?
Yes.
Yeah, and heck, that kid's about 6'2", 200 pounds. I think it's Zealand. Yeah,
Zealand,
big kid. And Masan Alakpovi, 6'1", 195, can move, has a little bit of an arm. Obviously, he needs the game experience. That's a big kid, especially as a freshman.
But we're seeing a handful of freshmen get the nod, so that can only bode well down the road. Alhambra, this is Isaiah Wanya Mugabo. Wanya Mugabo. We nailed it the first time.
That's a great job. We talked about that pregame. It was the first time he called his name there. Saw a little shiftiness there. It's about to be a tackle for a 6-yard loss. And I'm just going to say the senior tailback did a good job getting back to the 6.
I thought we'd see more of Isaiah. All region's second teamer, 5'9", a $170. And that is the final play of half number 1.
The Rockets will receive the second half kickoff.
A very, very entertaining first half from the Moon Valley perspective. We'd like to thank Eddie Lopez, their athletic director, for allowing us to be here. Of course, Santiago Maldonado and his entire staff. And it is halftime here on a balmy evening in the great State 48. Well-attended game on this Thursday evening. And we've been treated to our introduction to the freshman that is for the Rockets, Jazz Zuri. And Cody, this young man has he's been impressive in the first half.
I think they just had a perfect game plan for him heading into this first half, and he did a great job.
We are going to take a break, and I'm not sure what that, I don't know what that's happening. I'm not sure.
Being a State Farm good neighbor means going the extra mile for my customers. Our office treats our customers like family. This has been a family business for me in a sense for a long time. We're going to be there for you in good times and bad times. That might mean going to meet a customer somewhere to help them. That means being involved in our local community. One thing that I love about being a good neighbor in my community is giving back to local high schools and being involved in athletics. It's a family atmosphere here. This is more than a 1-800 number, and that's what I love about State Farm. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
We all want something from him, without realizing that he has already given us something much more valuable. Because he taught us that any obstacle can be overcome. That the only size that matters is the size of a talent. That the team always comes first. That you must be ready to face anything that comes your way. That love always wins. That there's no greater legacy than the one which lasts forever. And above all, no matter how far you've come, He taught us to never settle.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
A little to the left, please. Thank you. A little more.
Oh, I'm okay.
Get your money working, and for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months when you open a new Visa credit card at America First.
One of the advantages of working with my office as opposed to just buying something online is that we're going to talk through coverages with you. We're going to talk through what every detail in the policy means, because we want you to understand the kind of coverages that you're getting. We want our customers to make an informed decision on what is best to protect them. We also want our customers to be digitally enabled, and so we will walk through with them how to use the State Farm app, how to use Drive Safe and Save, and different things that State Farm offers. And another thing that we want to do is to make sure we're offering opportunities for them to review their coverages after they sign up with State Farm, because life is always changing, and we want to make sure that you have the coverages that are going to protect you and your family long into the future. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
One of the advantages of working with my office as opposed to just buying something online is that we're going to talk through coverages with you. We're going to talk through what every detail in the policy means, because we want you to understand the kind of coverages that you're getting. We want our customers to make an informed decision on what is best to protect them. We also want our customers to be digitally enabled, and so we will walk through with them how to use the State Farm app, how to use Drive Safe and Save, and different things that State Farm offers. And another thing that we want to do is to make sure we're offering opportunities for them to review their coverages after they sign up with State Farm, because life is always changing, and we want to make sure that you have the coverages that are going to protect you and your family long into the future. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks. Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
In a wreck and thinking about dealing with the insurance company yourself? Stop!
People represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the money than those who don't have an attorney.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Car wreck? Check. Motorcycle wreck? Check. Truck wreck? Check. Bicycle wreck? Check. UFO wreck? What? In a wreck? You need a check. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
If this is your wreck, you need a check.
If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check.
Hurt in a wreck? Need a check?
We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans. Now, with no payments for 90 days.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. Touchdown! And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
The world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
The world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Being a State Farm good neighbor means going the extra mile for my customers. Our office treats our customers like family. You know, this has been a family business for me in a sense for a long time. We're going to be there for you In good times and bad times, that might mean going to meet a customer somewhere to help them. That means being involved in our local community. One thing that I love about being a good neighbor in my community is giving back to local high schools and being involved in athletics. It's a family atmosphere here. You know, this is more than a 1-800 number, and that's what I love about State Farm. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
We all want something from him, without realizing that he has already given us something much more valuable. Because he taught us that any obstacle can be overcome. That the only size that matters is the size of a talent. That the team always comes first. That you must be ready to face anything that comes your way. That love always wins. That there's no greater legacy than the one which lasts forever. And above all, no matter how far you've come, he taught us to never settle.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
We all want something from him, without realizing that he has already given us something much more valuable. Because he taught us that any obstacle can be overcome. That the only size that matters is the size of a talent.
One of the advantages of working with my office as opposed to just buying something online is that we're going to talk through coverages with you. We're going to talk through what every detail in the policy means, because we want you to understand the kind of coverages that you're getting. We want our customers to make an informed decision on what is best to protect them. We also want our customers to be digitally enabled, and so we will walk through with them how to use the State Farm app, how to use Drive Safe and Save, and different things that State Farm offers. And another thing that we want to do is to make sure we're offering opportunities for them to review their coverages after they sign up with State Farm, because life is always changing, and we want to make sure that you have the coverages that are going to protect you and your family long into the future. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
One of the advantages of working with my office as opposed to just buying something online is that we're going to talk through coverages with you. We're going to talk through what every detail in the policy means, because we want you to understand the kind of coverages that you're getting. We want our customers to make an informed decision on what is best to protect them. We also want our customers to be digitally enabled, and so we will walk through with them how to use the State Farm app, how to use Drive Safe and Save, and different things that State Farm offers. And another thing that we want to do is to make sure we're offering opportunities for them to review their coverages after they sign up with State Farm, because life is always changing, and we want to make sure that you have the coverages that are going to protect you and your family long into the future. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
first, it was just a team.
Game manager, NFL quarterback, Pro Bowl, all that, yeah. But as far as fantasy, he's just another dude.
Yeah, it's just another guy.
He's not even he shouldn't even be picked in. I picked him in the 4th round. That is it. But I did pick up Daniels late, right? I mean, I'm loving the Daniels pick. And my son, he has Jalen Hurts. He's like, Dad, I'm done with Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, well, you should be 2 years ago. He's regressive. And then he takes Daniels as his guess. Jalen Hurts. Jalen.
And once again, ladies and
We
gentlemen,
welcome you back to Putt Mint Field on the campus of Moon Valley for Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network. Once again, I'm Kevin Derryberry alongside Cody Cameron. 34 now to the Rockets, trying to even up the books at 2-2. Alhambra trying to pick up their first win here. They've got a tall mountain to climb here in the second half, Cody.
Yeah, it was a near perfect first half for the Moon Valley Rockets offense. Kind of alluded to this early in the broadcast. I thought it was a carryover from the Lee Williams game. You know, that struggled.
Bottom momentum.
Yeah, did not score a single point in that first 2 weeks against Thunderbird Bradshaw Mountain. Two very good 4A teams. Lee Williams, big 34-18 win. We saw Agundape kind of light off the stat sheet in that game, 150 and 3 tutties. He jumped off right where he started. He started right where he kind of jumped off in that performance. Big first half for the senior tailback, but it was the freshman show. Both sides of these teams, but really, when you look at Ziri, the freshman quarterback for Moon Valley, calm, confident. I thought they did a great job of moving him out of the pocket. We always talk about that every broadcast. Get these athletes moving out of the pocket. A great job blocking on those play action rollouts. Accurate, tough kid. Good first half from the freshman QB.
Very, very impressive first half. I want to see more of Iomita, Agundape. I want to say that Agundape, his brother Sam played at ACU. I have to check on that. And now Coach Rivera will try a little trickeration. It's a free ball. It's an onside kick, and Alhambra thinks they've got the football. And we'll wait for our white hat official to come over there and tell us who has it. Daniel Lopez is there, and it looks like the Rockets are going to get the football, as they should here, to begin half number 2. And we saw Jazz Ziri combined for 4 touchdowns. None more impressive than being at the right place at the right time on the fumble recovery in the end zone. Putting that one on the carpet was Jordan Sepulveda, but that was the first of what would be accounting for 4 TDs tonight for this young man, Javondre Ziri.
That was a great job by Alhambra's kicking team. I mean, just found the open spot in the middle of the field, squib kick to the intermediate second level, and they almost pounced on it. That would have been a heck of a start for the second half. But here we go, first possession for the Rockets.
And that quarterback is Jazz Ziri, 5'7", 180. They hand it off to Agundape. Big hole right up the middle. And Agundape in that second level. And he will fall forward towards the Lions' 48-yard line. And that is a very nice run on Agundape on first down.
Yeah, just trucking his legs. He does a great job of making that cut and running through would-be tacklers. Get him going in the second half.
Gain of 16. Give him the rock again. You'd like to see that. I just like to see a little bit more consistency with the ground and pound. We know that we've seen a lot, and we've liked a lot out of Jazz Ziri, but I think in a game like this, you got a chance to really run the ball. And that's why they throw it right here on first down again. Making the catch for the Rockets for Zayshawn Knight. He's also listed as a quarterback, but Zayshawn, 6', 225, a junior with good hands out there, and he is a big dude.
He really is, and you can kind of see this receiving core. They got a ton of playmakers in them. Ziri coming to this game, Kevin, He had 9 completions. So I think with this offensive play call, it's once again getting experience for a freshman quarterback, but also get him chemistry, game reps, right?
Yes.
You can. It doesn't matter how
Live
many
bullets,
times.
if you will.
Exactly, live bullets. You can practice and practice and practice all this, but until you have a game rep, can't replicate it. I think that's why you see so many pass attempts with the freshman quarterback tonight.
Gain of 7. Agundape again, right up the middle, bounce it outside, on his feet to the 30, 25, turn the corner at the 20, and finally ridden out of bounds around the 15-yard line. What a collision at the 15. Agundape once again slow to his feet, getting some help, but there was quite a collision, and you had Alec Povey over there and Alec Povey over there. How about Julian and Masson combined on the tackle?
Yeah, and you're seeing the offensive lineman, once again, backside pull here. Watch the offensive lineman for Moon Valley running to the second and third level, creating those blocks for IO, and Colin Lucas, big 7'6", one of the last one, bulldozing his way out there.
Gain of 30-plus yards for Agundape, and now he's beginning to get his mojo, and he's running downhill, and the offensive line creating some big holes, and you have to credit those guys. Jordan Sepulveda, Jose Leon Lopez, Sarek Chandler, among others. The center, Isaiah Viescas. This is from the 14, Agundape. Check that. They sweep it on the jet action. Running with the football was Tristan Eli. So Eli in the box. It's a 14-yard scamper for 6 points. It's 40-0 with 10:20 to go in this third quarter, and we will wait for any kind of extracurricular activity.
Yeah, fly sweep into the boundary. They get 2 lead blocks with the slot receiver and Agundape outside, sealing the edge rusher. And Eli jams up. Great speed for him. We never even called his name, and he's the second rushing leader of this football team. Came into the game with 102 yards on the ground. Tristan Eli, the senior, turns up. Touchdown Rockets.
Another rushing touchdown here for Moon Valley.
No good.
And they have found the box here 4 times tonight. But Agundape set it all up with about 70 yards on maybe 3 carries. And we asked to see Agundape start running the football here in the early stages of this third quarter, and we saw exactly what we had hoped to see.
Well, they have the offensive linemen to impose the will. You kind of saw that on some of Agundape's runs and some of just the secondary and third level perimeter blocking for this offensive line. Wait, here's the question, Kevin. Running clock. So the rule goes from 42 to 35, right? But when does it actually start running? In between possessions, it's just kind of been all over the place this season.
It has been all over the place, and I feel like it should be running now, but maybe they're waiting to put this one back in play, or they still think it's 42. Maybe there's some confusion there. The last shutout for Moon Valley came last year. They beat Carl Hayden in week 5, 54-0. The last time that Moon Valley was shut out was this year. They lost 34-0 to the Chiefs. Or make that the Titans, if you will. When I did that paperwork, it was the middle of the summer, they were still called the Chiefs. No, they've been called the Titans for like 3 or 4 years now.
Maybe 2 or 3.
I mean, I don't know if he went all the way down on those. But
our PA announcer here has a hot mic here. We're enjoying his conversation. For the Lions, it's Alec Povey trying to spin away from the heavy artillery coming in to try to take him out. And he'll take it out past the 35.
First and 10 for the Lions.
And the clock is stopped at 9:54. This one I wouldn't understand why.
38-yard line.
I'll have to do some checking on that. One thing about Alhambra that we do know, back in the day, they had a very, very special player named Nathan LeDuc. And Nathan was a 3-sport stud here at Alhambra. He wrestled, he played baseball, and he was a tremendous football player.
Yeah, had a kid graduate from ALA Queen Creek. I believe he's on his mission and walked on to University of Utah. Nate LeDuc, Jr.
Alec Povey to scramble, and he runs with that football way out there, and he's going to take on a tackler at the 50-yard line. And that was a pretty nice collision. Alec Povey right there against Jermaine Rucker, and the cornerback, the junior, with an excellent open field tackle. How do you like the way that Alec Povey's running with the football. You know I do like the comps. This is not quite accurate, but the way he runs with the football a little bit upright like that, I see a little Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, you want to teach
I don't see Cam Newton.
Yeah, you want to teach the 5-point, right? Hold it to your chest. Kind of lackadaisical with it. I do like his running style, though. I mean, he is a pummeler. And once again, I keep alluding to that this is a freshman quarterback at 6'1", 200 pounds, and just room for growth. He's a big kid.
Gain of 10. Low snap. Alec Povey to the air. His pass is complete. He fires a strike on the slant. Making the catch is Xavier Flores. That's the second time tonight he's been targeted. Second time he's made a reception. And laying on his back for Moon Valley in a very precarious spot is their defensive player. This is Carmelo Go. Now, I'm glad to see Go move because for a minute there, and maybe he's just cramping.
Yeah, it's a cramp. Yeah.
He was not able to move. He was motionless for a second, and I was quite concerned. And now I'm glad to see him moving around, and it is a hydration issue. Going back to, well, you mentioned Nathan Leduc's son. For Nate, who wore number 10 for ALA Gilbert, and he played for Ty Detmer over there.
ALA Queen Creek.
ALA Queen Creek,
Yes.
I beg your pardon. There's only 6 schools in the ALA program.
Soon to be like 10.
Ironwood, yeah. But it was ALA Queen Creek.
ALA Queen Creek
playing
safe.
for Ty Detmer's team. 104 career tackles. No, 104 assists, 185 total tackles for Nate. He was a playmaker until he broke his collarbone last year against Red Mountain. But tremendous player, and Cody pointed out he's walking on it to play for the Utah Utes. Pass complete outside the numbers, and making the catch is Samuel Flores. Xavier Flores set that play up, and now they go back to Sam. So the Flores brothers making back-to-back catches here as Alhambra is on the move.
Yeah, mine's some success on those intermediate routes. We've seen some of the shallow crosses and just quick outs where Alec Povey is able to put it on. It's just more accurate, better passes for him, especially those are one easy reads. Hope to see more of that second half. Still no run game for the Lions. They haven't even tried. I think 4 runs for running backs, 3 of them called back on holdings. Not a good stat.
Yeah, there's no commitment to the run here, but they're trying to unleash the 6'1", 200-pound freshman quarterback. He's QB1 for Alhambra. In motion to the near side is Julian Alec Povey. Chest high snap. Alec Povey has a receiver, and that ball's picked off. It's intercepted. Look out here. Here comes Christian Vasquez. He may go. He's the 40. One man beat 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. That's a touchdown. Unofficially 80 yards on the pick 6 for Christian Vasquez.
The senior captain, Roman center field for the Rockets, just eyes on the quarterback, comes up, robs over the top, and takes his second interception of the day to the house. Have a day, Christian Vasquez.
That's the 3rd interception by this Moon Valley secondary. This time they take one back some 80 yards to the end zone, and Christian Vasquez in the crib with 6 points.
A true robber of center fielder. That's just a smart football player, great tackler, leading tackler on the team coming to this game. First team all-region football player. Christian Vasquez has the crowd on their feet.
4th takeaway of the night for this Moon Valley defense. Santiago Maldonado's boys are playing well here at home. And the clock is finally moving. So they were waiting for 42. There's your answer. The actual rule, from what we gather, after 35 points, the clock should run. And they took it to 42 here. It's 46-0 after Isaiah Gustafson hits the point after try.
I feel like
it's
that's
46-0.
I didn't mean to cut you off there, partner. I feel like that's a question for Mr. Seth Polanski tomorrow. Or Jose, Seth still goes to the games, yeah? Friday night games? Yeah. Because I was told it was 35 this year.
Yeah, I think we were sitting somewhere and they told us that exact bit. But that poses the question. But we know the answer here, so it's 46-0, and Moon Valley has been very impressive on both sides of the football tonight, Cody.
They really have. And I keep going back to the coaching scheme and the plan they had for offensively. Defensively, too, they've called a heck of a game. And that's a great game plan, and they executed perfection.
One thing that Coach Maldonado told me about Christian Vasquez, he said, this guy, he might be slightly undersized, but he'll lay a hat on you. And I love that line. Lay a hat. Nice return there by the Alhambra Lions. No quit in this group. On the return, that was Isaiah Wanya Magubo. That is Wanya Mugabo.
Yeah, the coaches in the booth for Alhambra told me they just call him Zay. And honestly, that's the second time he's touched the rock. Surprised you didn't call his name until the end of the first half there. But he's got some wiggle, too. Look at that, man. Some good speed running through would-be tacklers.
He runs hard.
Yeah, that's a kid I would give 15 to 20 carries a game to, or at least touches, right? Some of these bubbles or slip screens or something like that. I would find ways to get that young man the rock. He's a senior tailback, 5'9", 170, not a small kid. He's got some speed.
It makes a lot of sense, Cody.
Yeah.
If nothing else, let's have a little balance with Alec Povey in that run game. And we certainly appreciate the idea of unveiling this young man and unleashing him with the arm game. And we have seen some flashes and some really nice skill set. But I like to see him run the ball a little more as well. And that pass is complete out. Breaking a tackle is Julian Alec Povey, and his second and third effort is just going to get him maybe 4 yards on forward progress. But you have to like to fight this Alhambra Lions football team.
Yeah, it's a great first down. So I think, especially in the start of the second quarter, throughout here in the second half, that first down play call for Alhambra has been successful. They are easy throws for the quarterback. One look read, quick hitch, actually hitches across there on a 4-receiver set. And getting your athletes the ball, but making it easy for Alec Povey in terms of reading the defense.
And I feel like the slants are there for this quarterback. Their receivers have run some precise routes, and we see them get some separation over the middle of the football field. So now here at quarterback and the Wildcat, looks like it is, well, we're going to go Alec Povey. And they set up a screen to Samuel Flores. It's a middle screen with blockers in front to the 40. Makes a cut inside, and he's going to take the football down to the 30-yard line. So good patience right there by the offensive line. Great execution, and you're looking for an easy pass play. Well, we just saw one right there.
Yeah, that's a great job, too. The offensive lineman just letting go from there. That's where you get a timeout, it looks like, from Alhambra.
Jason Lee's down for Moon Valley.
I feel like we've seen about 3 or 4 hydration cramps now, and got to tell the listeners, it's still 100+ degrees here in the state of Arizona. We're midway through. It is October this weekend, Kevin.
Yes,
or next week.
October is coming up. Now, you're a homeowner, Cody. I'm curious, have you seen your neighbors already start to put up some Halloween decorations?
I have.
On the exterior of their homes.
I had neighbors put stuff up the first week of September. To me, that's too early. You can decorate inside,
it's
right?
A little
so
early.
Your house inside, but outside, I'm an October 1st guy, though. I do love Halloween.
Okay.
I love decorating. I live in a family neighborhood.
I've got neighbors with, like, we're talking, our neighbors like to outdo the other neighbors when it comes to the Halloween decorations. And I'm slow to the party. I will have some sort of blow-up pumpkin or something that's just not necessary. I won't have anything of any really significance out there, like Dracula hanging in the balance, spitting blood or something of this nature. There's no open house, no water with spaghetti in it, trying to depict the veins or something like that.
What do you have for candy? Are you a big jumbo? So like, do the kids look forward to going to your house because you got the huge candy bars, or you just ate whatever the variety pack is at Target?
Yeah, I'm not a variety pack guy because I would not want that, right?
Okay.
The way I give out the candy is the way I would like to get the candy.
I got you.
So
that's good.
If I could start with a nice Snickers little miniature package of some sort, I'm in on that. Milky Way Snickers, maybe some Reese's. Alec Povey again on the move, and he runs with that football out there for everybody to see. And one thing that we'd like to see the freshman work on is that ball security. He hasn't coughed it up yet, but it's a matter of time the way he's running with the football.
Yeah, he's going to have to learn to tuck it away here. But, you know, it's a player who's probably going to have close to 40 games starting of experience. Both these quarterbacks will. And so hopefully he learns that sooner rather than later, because that ball is going to get punched out, especially from behind like that.
And that's what they're teaching now, to punch everything out. That's a gain of 9 for Alec Povey from the 21-yard line, working right to left. Snap is back, looking left, pumps. Alec Povey slides, and then he throws, and that ball was nearly picked off. Stepping in front of that route for the Rockets, that was Ellis Simone. And, boy, that was danger zone once again. And one of the things that we have seen, we mentioned the 6 interceptions coming into the game tonight. We've seen 3 more here tonight, is the eyes, right? These are things that he'll have to start to look safeties off, and he's just giving himself up.
Yeah, he's on just a total one read, pumps. He pumps that one read and still throws it to that one read. Nice job by the sophomore defensive back, Simone, almost jumping it for interception number 4 from this Rockets defense. That's really done a great job in the back half of the secondary. 5
takeaways tonight for this Rocket defense. They show pressure with 3, maybe 4. Here they come. This is the new quarterback for Alhambra. This is Eduardo Gutierrez, and he's going to dump one off out in the flat. Making the reception is the tailback, Samuel Flores, and he'll work the ball inside the 10-yard line, and he'll finally be shoved out of bounds. Well, let's see where they spot the football. Right near the 5-yard line. So they bring in Gutierrez, and he's able to make a play.
Yeah, they do a really good job, man. I think skill player-wise, they're doing a great job. We got some crowd interference going on here?
That's the first time that anybody's ever asked to purchase a bandgram here.
What?
So a bandgram.
They asked you for that? Are you the bandgram? Do you have a note on your table here? That's incredible.
Bandgram.
Zone 48 bandgrams.
Gutierrez rolling this way under a blitz with speed. Going to try to turn the corner to 10, the 5, and he angles towards the pylon, and that's going to be an Alhambra Lion touchdown. Eduardo Gutierrez in the box for the first offensive touchdown of the season for the Alhambra Lions. It comes just inside a minute to go in this third quarter, and the Lions are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the junior quarterback finds the left edge with the pursuit not able to contain there.
How about this? Watch him show the football around the 10. Watch him show it. He's going to show the ball right here. Here we go. Looking for a block from Wanya Mugabo, and Wanya Mugabo did a nice job there paving the way for Gutierrez to break the plane just inside that pylon here. Gutierrez again snaps his hands, back to throw, rolling to the right side. Gutierrez is going to show it up high, and this time he can't get by the defensive effort of Andres Rodriguez. Rodriguez wouldn't go for the pump fake, and Rodriguez denies the 2-point conversion. So that's the final play of quarter number 3. Alhambra scores their first touchdown of the season on offense. It's 46-6 after our first 36 minutes of action here from Putman Field of the campus of Moon Valley High School. We're going to take a break. You're watching Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network.
Being a State Farm good neighbor means going the extra mile for my customers. Our office treats our customers like family. You know, this has been a family business for me in a sense for a long time. We're gonna be there for you in good times and bad times. That might mean going to meet a customer somewhere to help them. That means being involved in our local community. One thing that I love about being a good neighbor in my community is giving back to local high schools and being involved in athletics. It's a family atmosphere here. You know, this is more than a 1-800 number, and that's what I love about State Farm. I am Trey Clarkson, your local State Farm agent in Phoenix, Arizona.
We welcome you back to Putman Field on the campus of Moon Valley High School. How about Richard Jefferson playing some ball here?
Yeah,
winning a ring in the NBA.
He always shouts them out, too, every year. Always shouts them out.
Richard Jefferson has helped build some buildings on this campus. Nice job of catching the football right there at the goal line by Damian Johnson. And for Coach Maldonado, what do you think he's going to do here with this nice lead? Change of possession, the clock will stop. But I want to go back to Nathan LeDuc for a second. Inducted into the ASU Hall of Fame in 2006, LeDuc was a 3-year starter at free safety who earned second-team All-American honors following his junior and senior seasons, as he received all Pac-10 recognition following the 88 and 90 campaigns. Finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award in 1989 and 1990, was named the ASU's most valuable defensive player in the 1989-1990 campaign. Nathan LeDuc, absolute stud. He came through Alhambra High School. In motion to the far side is Roland Williams. And there is a give to Roland on that jet sweep, and Roland tries to turn the corner. He can't do it because the Lions are right there waiting. The hungry Lions there, and that defensive line eating on that play.
Yeah, they've done a really good job, too. I just think a couple times of playing the run game, especially down inside. It just outmatched up front. Moon Valley's offensive linemen moving to the second level, blocking pretty well. And I've been impressed with this Moon Valley team this night.
And, you know, we got to be introduced to Jazz Zuri, and he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be a lot of fun to watch throughout his career.
And we have school tomorrow.
Zuri on a handoff. They go to the tailback. No, they run back to the wide receiver again. You talk about a collision. And I don't know who got the best of who there. Running the football was Tristan Eli. And Eli looked like he got his bell rung by his own player, and I'm going to say that was Ahmed Haji who lit him up.
Bam! Look at that. Yeah, just helmet right into the shoulder. Look at that. Ely running tough, though. Great speed. Well, look at that speed.
Love the speed, but that has to be the most fierce collision we've seen here tonight.
Brutal.
And it was Moon Valley crime on Moon Valley crime. Remaining in the ball game is Ellie.
6-1-2.
Ellie listed as 5'7", 152. Here's a handoff again on the jet sweep. It's Ella Simone, and Simone tries to get to the edge and turn the corner, and he runs right into Julian Alekpavi.
Yeah, the Alekpavi brothers do not come off the field. Most of these guys for Alhambra are not coming off the field, but still showing the effort. Julian, the junior, 6'3", 195, coming up from his safety position to make that tackle. The Alekpavis.
And Cody, we mentioned that Central didn't even suit up and play a game against Mount Point. What does this say about Coach Charles Rivera Jr. and his staff, Cody Copeland and Silas Ellison? These guys, they're undermanned, they're understaffed, they don't have a lot of dudes to work with, and they're out here competing.
I'm counting 20 to 25 bodies over there. I just love that they're playing this football game.
Nathan Barrier running through traffic on the far side on 2nd and 4.
And here's why I like it. And that was, the play started as I cut it up. There's 2 games last week that were forfeited. Mountain Point versus Central and Coolidge versus A.L.A. Ironwood. Coolidge had played 3 games prior. Okay, it's a historic program in the state of Arizona, and that was A.L.A. Ironwood's homecoming. Wow. So I always try to relate to the kids. Can you imagine being a senior football player and can't play in your homecoming game because a team who's playing again this week doesn't want to play? Brutal.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. And on the jet sweep, there's nothing doing at all. That was a tremendous defensive play by Ja Alekpavi. And he took down the ball carrier. It looks like the Rockets just going sideline to sideline on the jet sweep. They handed the ball off to Ahmed Haji. And Haji was met in the backfield, and that is a 5-yard TFL.
That's a tremendous form tackle, too. Just times the snap perfectly out there, blitzes the A-gap, has his helmet across the chest, and pummels the ball carrier there. Ja Alekpavi, the senior, making a great tackle.
Tremendous play. Ani baited. Inside 8 to go. And running with the football and making guys miss and running hard. They go back to Tristan Eli. Do you like Eli or Ellie?
I'm trying to hear the PA announcer. It's hard to not hear the PA announcer right in my ear. I think he's saying Ellie, but the speed. It's another name who coming into this broadcast that I had listed here said, hey, he's the 2nd leading rusher of this team. looked pretty explosive on tape. Tristan, but we didn't call his name. Did not call his name really until the third quarter. And it's another player where I go, hey, Moon Valley skill-wise, they got some talent.
And it's going to be interesting to see watch them go forward.
Hey, don't
you look at their
if you're looking
schedule.
For a place to study or get some work done, you can head to the Blast Center. The Blast Center is open every day.
High snap, and they go
Monday
right back
Thursday,
to
7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Eli. And Eli's going to dance his way to first down yardage. He had nothing doing in the backfield. You talk about making something out of very little. Wait, a little toss sweep there. Had to wait for the football and then just shedding tacklers. So nice work there by Whiteout, second leading rusher on this football team. Picks up 12.
Should have been tackled twice in the backfield. Kind of shows the patience, bouncing to the outside, gets that corner spot, and picks up the first down.
Moon Valley trying to get their seniors back to the postseason. Here's another handoff.
It happened?
And didn't get the ball carrier on that one. We'll come back to that. Perhaps it was deuces. I saw two in there. Colton Carlson, also listed as a fullback running with the football. Playmaker, we talked about his success in this game a year ago.
Who does Moon Valley have on their schedule after these weeks, Kevin? I know you talked about it in the third quarter, but because they'll move. The Rockets will move to 2-2, so realistic chance they make the playoffs here. Who they got?
They get Carl Hayden next at Hayden, and then they get St. Mary's. So the next two games will be on the road for Maldonado's team.
I would say looking at that after they go Yunker, Green. Yunker's actually got a pretty good rushing attack. They took it to Marcos Deniza, but I would say that Peoria game, week 9, that's the game. If they want to make the playoffs, you got to beat the Panthers. That is Coach, I almost said Coach Babb. Coach Babb coached there for a long, long time. It's not Coach Golden, Jason Golden, the head coach of Peoria. They have a kid, a sophomore, Dante Tyson, offer from Tennessee this year, 6'2", 180-pound receiver. Kevin, he is lights out. Dante Tyson Jr., remember that name.
Trips wide, and the pass is complete. Making the catch is Roland Williams, and Roland Williams is going to work outside the numbers up the near boundary, and he's going to be finally dumped over. Kind of a nasty tackle by 5'2" for Alhambra. And if you have a 5'2" over there, share it with me, won't you?
I got Daniel Fernandez, but also it's Julian Alec Pove. Going to get a shot of it here. Watch Alec Pove here, Kevin. Kind of, bam, right there, runs his feet through the contact. So it was Daniel Fernandez on the legs, but Alec Pove up top making the tackle.
52 was right there to stand him up, and Alec Pove with the finish, driving right through the ball carrier to the turf. That's a first down carry. 1st and 10, high snap. Again, back to that jet sweep. Here's Simone with it. Simone trying to shed a tackler, they can't do it. Alhambra continues to battle here, and that's a tribute to their coach, Charles Rivera Jr. and that staff. As they score, and the game has been decided a long time ago, but you have to appreciate that these guys playing for the man next to them, and they continue to fight.
Yeah, they play clean, and they play hard, and they don't come off the football. I think that's a huge credit to not only the coaching staff, but the players. And you alluded to this in the first quarter, Kevin. You did such a good job of saying, hey, these kids are playing. They're not forfeiting games. They don't have a huge crowd support system, but they get to play the game that they love in a high school setting, and they do not quit. I have so much respect for the Lions and their entire program.
Well stated. Thursday Night Lights, it's their show tonight. And they're being featured here on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network. Here's another pitch to the left, and there's Eli again, and he spins, and he's still on his feet with speed, and he's finally nudged out of bounds. Well, this young man running with purpose, Cody.
How about the spin move? Quick and X on the controller, bouncing off would-be tacklers, spinning off a couple tacklers, toss crack. They are living on fly sweep and toss here.
And
one guy missed.
Sometimes we don't know all the details, and maybe this young man missed the first half for a particular reason. Who knows?
He can fly.
But he's a burner.
He can fly. And Alhambra, too. Okay, I'm going to try it. Zay Wanya Mugaba. Also, we didn't see him in the first half. He's also a pretty good burner for Alhambra.
Levon Washington checks in the slot to the left.
you should probably be contacting
Javondre Ziri has gone all the way. There's Lavon in motion. He gets a handoff, and he gets to the edge, and he gets tackled there. Couple of guys combined on the stop for Alhambra. Defensively for the Lions, number 30. And I literally asked, Coach, are we square? He's like, yeah, Max Prep's roster's good.
Well, 30.
Maybe there's an Alhambra in Detroit somewhere that their roster's good. We appreciate you, Coach. We're just having fun with you. We appreciate the fight that your football team's putting out here. Empty set here for Jazz Ziri. 3 wide receivers to the wide side. They go back to Lavon. Lavon and gets drilled from behind by Julian Alekpovi. Running the football was Lavon Washington. The 5'11" senior's got back-to-back totes here. Inside 2 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, I love it. Everybody on the roster from Moon Valley getting suited up. You get the senior, a couple fly sweeps here, Lavon Washington, program kid. Ball set at the 7, 3rd down. This could potentially be the last plays of the game here.
It's a good home win here tonight for Santiago Maldonado's group. And they continue to put the pressure on here. Ziri continues to work now. It'll be Eli, flank to his left. Handoff. Running with the football is Ramil Hargrove. And Hargrove running wide. You kind of wonder why they continue to go to the edge. Perhaps they've seen something there, but I felt like Agundape could run at will right up the middle, in between the tackles.
Yeah, I think they're just here. Once they're moving the sticks, but I think they're just fly sweeping a bunch of seniors and juniors who probably don't have any carries in this season, just getting some of their athletes the ball in space. They actually run it pretty well, though. They have lead blockers with it. They see the edge nicely. Cool to see some guys who maybe will never have that opportunity to get some carries here.
And they're staying within their offense, of course. Final 20 seconds to go. This should be the final play of the game. And let's see if the Rockets are going to snap it. Ziri, long count. He's going to take a knee. And that's showing some good sportsmanship. Our final score here from Moon Valley High School on Cookman Field. It's 46-6, Moon Valley with the win.
Moon Valley's next home game will be homecoming.
And now the handshake will commence here at the 50-yard line. But Cody, we didn't know what we were going to expect to see tonight from Alhambra or Moon Valley for that matter. And what we have seen is a very well-coached 2 teams here playing in this 4A conference showdown here in the West Valley. On the main stage tonight on Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 broadcast network. But Moon Valley unveiled their freshman quarterback to us, Javondre Ziri, and this young man delivered.
Yeah, I think you're seeing a team now with confidence. They moved to 2-2 on the year. Heck, we highlighted this in this broadcast. Having to play Thunderbird and Bradshaw Mountain to open up the season with a freshman quarterback is tough. And you said, hey, why aren't they just running the football with their stud running backs? And it's not just the senior tailback. We've seen Tristan Eli pop off too. I think they wanted a rhythm. I think they wanted a rhythm with Ziri, and I think they wanted to build chemistry with the receivers. And after broadcasting this game, Kevin, they got 2 or 3 receivers that do a really good job of catching and running. Their offensive line's powerful, so I think they have something offensively here where they can put it all together. Ziri continues to lead, and then they're good because they can gash you up front, and they can get their ball to their skill makers. So great game by Moon Valley, great game plan for the offensive coaches, and they executed perfectly in a 40-point victory here tonight on Thursday night.
Yeah, and we learned a lot. We learned that Moon Valley, despite their roster size, they have a little depth. We saw their offensive line maul the defense of the Lions at certain points in tonight's game. They had strong get-off, and we saw Agundape exploit that secondary and their linebackers with that one drive in the early parts of the 3rd quarter. And then the freshman, he managed it well. He was able to get the ball out. He threw the football well on the run. And you talked about it. He's got some playmakers to work with. And whenever you throw the ball down the field and you can turn a simple pitch and catch into an 80-yard house call, well, that's pretty good. And then your defense showed up unofficially, 5 takeaways. You got a pick 6 from Christian Vasquez. 80-yarder. That was a back-breaking play in that second half.
Yeah, and it starts up front. Offensive line did a great job of blocking for Zuri, especially in pass protection, and going max protection with Agundabe. Also on a lot of the rollouts, I think that put Zuri early into a nice rhythm. Defensively, heck, Alhambra could not run the football against these guys. You know, they stuffed it and did a great job of playing in that back half, like you mentioned. 4 interceptions in this big win.
46-6, our final score as the Moon Valley Rockets win it. They're now 2-2. For Alhambra, they dropped to 0-4. For our outstanding broadcast crew tonight here on the Thursday Night Football, for Cody Cameron, I'm Kevin Derrybird. Until next time, so long for now.